This is your home for the Chieftains. Tonganoxie Sports Live. Tonganoxie Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance, locally owned and operated. Kansas Insurance agents have years of industry experience. Learn more at kansasins.com.
Bobcats showing pressure. They're going to bring it. McGraw, pump fakes, wide open, Todd Brown, and he breaks it in. Back to Bruisman, avoids one rush, gets it up the middle, and he is in. Touchdown, Chieftains. There it is, finally. Scoreless no more. The header is good. Emery Weiser. 24-22, set point for Tonganoxie. Near side, Smoots gets the kill and closes out the first set, 25-22.
It's time for the Chieftains on your home for Tonganoxie High School Athletics. Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Man, I tell you, there's nothing like Chieftain football in November, am I right? Looking for another deep run into the playoffs starts tonight for the Chieftains, earning the 5 seed in the 4A East bracket as their home for one final time here in Beatty Field. For now, we'll see how the rest of the weeks play out as they host the 12th-ranked KC Schlagle Stallions right here. Another special postseason edition of Tonganoxie Sports Live. It's presented by Kansas Insurance. They believe in taking time to issue personal care and attention to each individual client to see how they can help you protect what matters most. Give them a call at 913-369-6600 as we cruise along into the S&S Body pregame show. They've been the place to go to in Tonganoxie for auto body and repair work since 1972. Get your ride back in the game. You can learn more at snsautoandbody.com or give them a call at 913-369-3193. Dylan Funk alongside Dennis Drennan.
Right here.
So glad to be back here at Beatty Field. That was the big talk about last week is you got the win 2 weeks ago at Eudora. You basically came as close to locking up a home playoff game as you could without actually locking it up.
Right.
The win last week against Ottawa, we're going to get more into that a little bit later on. Exciting 38-37 overtime win. One of the best games, the best game of the year. One of the best that we have ever covered here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. That indeed did lock up a home playoff game, and it also gave the Chieftains a very favorable draw in the bracket, as we'll see here a little bit later on. But Tongi comes in 5-3 on the year, Schlagle 2-6, and just like they were a year ago, Tongi in as the 5 seed and another favorable path that last year I think everybody saw the run to the sub-state championship game as it was a pleasant surprise, but I think this year knowing you still got a lot of the key pieces, a lot of key figures on both sides from that team a year ago, and now you're looking at the field ahead of you, and now it's kind of more of a, why can't we do it again?
Oh, yeah, no question about it. I don't think, like we talked about before we went on the air, I don't think the Chieftains could have gotten a better draw this year. So their path to sub-state is looking quite good right now. And, as long as everybody stays healthy, and it looks like right now we're going to be getting back a couple of players that we were missing last week, and we should be in good shape.
Yep, should be in good shape. Again, that was a huge win, 38-37 overtime win against Ottawa. The big key in that one, partner, you talk about it all the time, taking turnovers and turning them into points on offense. That's exactly what Tongi did. 3 interceptions collected, resulting in 21 points for Tongi on offense, and that obviously was a big part in that win. It ended up being the big difference in that win. Crucial loss for Ottawa as they dropped 2 seeds down. They came in as the 4th seed projected last week. They fall now to 6. Chieftains rose up 2 spots from the 7 up to now 5. Very realistic shot to get back to the sub-state championship game like we've already mentioned. Taking on Schlagle tonight, 2-6. They lost last week by 10 points to Bonner Springs. We know the struggles that Bonner has been through this year, so picking up that win last week, it's very easy. You can kind of say, well, we beat Bonner by so much, so as they beat Schlagle, we should beat them by 60+. But what everybody's got to remember is that when it comes to Week 9, everybody's record, they're 0-0.
That's right.
It's a clean slate, and it's a brand new kind of life that's brought into some of these teams. As for Schlagle, you're coming in as a 12 seed tonight. Nothing to lose. No pressure on you whatsoever, so you expect the Stallions to come out and try to give the Chieftains as much as they can handle.
Yeah, they should be loose and ready to go. But, I think Coach T will have this team focused, and they're not looking past anybody. So my money's on the Chieftains tonight, partner.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You don't even have to take off the homer glasses for that one. I think that is going to be the true sentiment here at Beatty Field. A lot of people expecting the Chieftains to move on. Should be a great one here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. We'll take a look at the rest of the matchups happening around on the east side of the 4A bracket when we return. Chieftain football coming up tonight right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Auto and Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and so much more. And they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game and learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
Welcome back in. S&S Body pregame show here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Let's take a look at our matchups happening here on the 4A East side the bracket, brought to you by Wizard of Paws, Tonganoxie's family-owned pet grooming salon with a combined 48 years of experience. Schedule your pet's appointment today at wizardofpawstongi.com. So we got them labeled up here. One top seeds right there. Atchison, second year in a row, taking advantage of that 1-point loss by Lewisburg last week at home against Spring Hill. And again, congratulations to our crew and the team over at Spring Hill High School, the Frontier League champions of 2024. We were talking about it last week. Lewisburg had not lost a regular season game to a league opponent. It was about late October of 2021. That came to an end last week. So Atchison leapfrogs the Wildcats. They take the 1 seed. Second year in a row, they open up with Bonner Springs. And Lewisburg, unfortunate for them, you get the loss, you get the 2 seed. It's still a great season. Of all the 15 seeds you want to see, the last one you want to see is Bishop Miege, and that's who they're going to be facing tonight.
Yeah, no question about it. That's a tough draw for Lewisburg. I'm sure they wish they'd have taken care of business last week, but that's how it falls sometimes, and I wouldn't want to face a 15-seed Miege.
Yeah, so we'll see. Still should be a great game down at Wildcat Stadium. We're going to have our crew over at Lewisburg Sports Live. Larry Gasaway and Dylan Vanderveen going to be on the call for that one, so we're going to be keeping an eye on that matchup over there. Also in that bottom half of the bracket, number 3, Chanute. Saying you're looking at this field, 4 of the top 5 teams this year are just exactly as they were a year ago. And Atchison, Lewisburg, and Chanute, and Tonganoxie. The only one that's different, you had Miege as a 3 seed last year. They're now out in 15. Chanute up a spot, and Fort Scott now the 4 seed as they host Coffeyville tonight. Tonganoxie, should they take care of business tonight, we'll take on the winner of that matchup. So we're going to be keeping you guys up to date on that one between the Tigers and the Golden Tornado. Ottawa Cyclones off the loss last week, now back at home. One of the big accomplishments that head coach Walt Alexander talked about is he wanted the team, they wanted to have a home playoff game this year. Well, they got it. Number 6 seed against number 11 Piper. Should be a great one up in Ottawa. Sumner Academy versus Lebec County, 7-10 matchup. And then the 8-9, also here in Leavenworth County. Lansing at home hosting the Eudora Cardinals. upset potentially brewing there. As far as an 8-9, it's really kind of hard to say an upset,
Yeah,
but
it's
I
almost
think
a pick 'em.
a lot of people, you might be expecting the Lions to move on, Lansing taking care of business, but I wouldn't count out Drew Steffen's squad in the Cardinals.
I would not either.
So they can go up there, they can kind of they can try to make their way, pull off the win on the road, and make their way possibly back up to Atchison for the second season in a row as well. And you just want to take a look at, again, we talked about how big this win was last week against Tonganoxie. This is kind of their path right now. Now we're doing a little bit of looking into our crystal ball here of what can happen. So you're looking ahead to next week. You're either going to be at home against Coffeyville if they pull off the upset against Fort Scott, who they have played this season already. It was a fairly close game. I think the 14-point difference. You could close the gap when it turns to playoff time. Teams can get a little bit uptight. It just takes a couple of mistakes that can turn the game upside down. Anything could happen, but again, a very, very favorable path for the Chieftains as they look to make it back to the Sub-State Championship game for the second year in a row. Potentially you got Atchison in the way, Lansing, Eudora, whoever wins that one will be there, and obviously it'll be Fort Scott potentially next week, or Coffeyville, but again, we're just kind of saying if everything goes to chalk. Outside of if you get by into that third weekend, I think all the momentum for the Chieftains, it could be well on their side, and they can just steamroll their way all the way to another Sub-State Championship game and potentially maybe even punch their ticket this time around. But again, we cannot understate how big that win was last week. Going up 2 spots, Ottawa dropping down 2. So it was a big win for the Chieftains, earned them a much more favorable path potentially to getting back to where they were just a year ago, a game away from playing for it all down in the state championship game. Teams out on the field right now. Schlagle is currently in the locker room, but Tongi is out on the field right now. They're getting their warm-ups in right now. We're just a little over 20 minutes away from kickoff. We'll step aside, and when we return, we will have the Tonganoxie Public Library last week game recap and analysis. We got a lot to break down of what happened last week in the overtime thriller between the Chieftains and the Cyclones, and that's coming up next right here on Tongi Sports Live.
That'd be a fun
Does your roof have possible storm damage? Looking to get solar panels? Or is it just simply time to get it inspected? That's where Balmer Roofing and Solar come into play. Balmer Roofing has a combined 40 years of experience with JAF Master Elite and Emerald Pro contractors. The Balmer family and their team are ready to give your house a brand new roof or solar panels at an affordable cost with a 50-year warranty. Life has mishaps and they want nothing but your customer satisfaction. Let them prove why so many of your neighbors choose Balmer for their roofing projects. To schedule a free inspection, call 913-845-5252 or visit them online at balmerroofing.com.
Community-minded and community strong. That's what you get at Community National Bank in Tonganoxie. Community National offers big city amenities with the personalization of a small town bank. They make banking easy with a 24-hour on-site ATM and mobile app that allows you to bank from anywhere. They offer great options on loans, checking and savings accounts, CDs, safety deposit boxes, and more. Stop by and let their friendly staff serve you at 231 North Main Street in Tonganoxie. Community National Bank, proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics. Member FDIC.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. Where friends are found down every street. That's where you'll find us. Taking time to get to know you, calling you by name, generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Tex Vandervoort in Tonganoxie today.
First State Bank & Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank & Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank & Trust, go to firststateks.com.
Are you ready for a mouth-watering journey down memory lane? Introducing Flashbacks. Start your day off right with our fluffy pancakes, omelets, or a cinnamon roll. For lunch, sink your teeth into our juicy made-to-order burgers, Philly cheese, and more. Flashbacks' friendly staff and welcoming atmosphere make every visit a delight, and their menu is filled with comfort food that will give you those warm, delicious flashbacks. Visit them today in downtown Tonganoxie, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
Has your furnace left you out in the cold? Pipes plugged? Are you underwater with your water heater? If so, you'll be glad you called Ladd. Ladd Service Company in Tonganoxie has been your heating, cooling, and plumbing specialist since 1986. Ladd is your dealer for top quality brands like York, Aprilaire, and Wolverine Brass. Plus, they maintain and service all other brands. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-369-3509. Visit laddserviceco.com to see why you'll be glad you called Ladd.
All right, excited for this one. 16 minutes and just under 40 seconds to go until kickoff in this one on Tongi Sports Live. But first, let's recap what happened last week in the overtime thriller between the Chieftains and the Cyclones, brought to you by the Tonganoxie Public Library. Download the Libby app or visit the library's website for downloadable audiobooks. We start in the first quarter. Chieftains got the scoring started early after a rush up the middle by Talon Langford. As he took it in for the first touchdown. Ottawa getting the ball back here. Hayden Hull throws it over the middle. Intended, looked like it was for Brady Martinez. He just his easiest interception of the year. Takes it up that far sideline. Another good return for the Chieftains. And that would set the path as Talon would look to pass easy. Beats him in the inside move. Todd Brown, only his second receiving touchdown of the year, believe it or not. That puts the Chieftains up 14-0. But here come the Cyclones to start the second quarter. 50-50 ball, literally. Interception, complete. Looked so close, but Hayden McCullough, big body, able to bring that one in. And Hayden Hull would take it up the middle, just like Talon did in the first quarter, and that would be the first score for the Cyclones. Cuts the deficit in half. Get the ball back after the stop, but he gives it right back to him. That's Blake Riedel, his first interception of the year, and the second of three that would be thrown in this game by Hayden Hull. Chieftains would get it. Best run of the night by Tanner, doing what he does. Sets the Chieftains up, good distance. Bodie Maslak, why not? The freshman on senior night, 10-yard rushing touchdown, his first varsity carry, and it goes for 6. You don't see that all too often. Now the Cyclones back down by 14. A beauty of a pass here. Nate Sims gets the toe down, 21-yard touchdown. Huge grab for the Cyclones. Now back to a 7-point game. Third and goal here, 50-50 ball to Owen Schmidt. Can't bring it in. Calling another freshman, Cody Lobb. 20-yard field goal is good. Actually, 22 yards. Make it just a little over 20. 24-14 Chieftains. Back over the middle. Hull finds McCullough. That's going to be a duo for the next year for the Cyclones. Had a big game, and it ends right up the middle with a handoff to Sylvie as he walks into the end zone. 3-point ball game now. Now into the third quarter. A throw down the field. Has Hunter Neihart, just overthrows him. Incomplete. So Cyclones getting all the momentum on their side here. Another pass to McCullough, eating up the Chieftains over the middle of the field. They had a hard time slowing him down. Here's a 3rd down and 9 play. McCullough wide open. You see him doing jumping jacks in the end zone. Instead, pressure from the Chieftains forces Hull to make a throw on the left side. Batted around, incomplete. It's Audis that has to come on. We talked about he struggled with field goals in pregame warmups. He nailed a 37-yarder like nobody's business. Ties us up at 24. Great ball game. Still in the third quarter here. Jacob Marin slips away, runs up the far sideline. Big play that the Chieftains have been looking for. Drive stalls out. Send Cody Lobb out for another field goal try. He slipped a little bit there at the end. Lost his footing. Hits the crossbar. No good. Now to the fourth quarter. Still tied at 24. Hull rolling around. Makes one man miss. Bad pass. Owen Schmidt collects it. Third interception of the night for Hayden Hull, and a good return up the sideline. Walks the tightrope, takes a shot here from Sylvie, but a good return. Very next play, Talon, plenty of time, heaves it down the field, wide open. Jacob Marin takes it in for the touchdown. Chieftains go back in front, 31-24. Cyclones looking to answer. This was a big 4th down and 2, a little over 6 minutes to play. That's McGrath just on the quick comeback route, and that would lead to a McCullough touchdown, back corner of the end zone, 16 yards away, and we would be tied once again at 31. Chieftains looking to answer. A shot to the end zone here. Final seconds of the ball game, looking for Schmidt. There's the penalty flag, and that would give the chance. 35 yards for the win. Just hooks it, and we have a great look here from the drone. So you can see that ball just hooks enough. No good. Overtime we go. Second time the Chieftains have been in overtime this season. Talon, very first play, fakes to give, takes it up the middle. His second rushing touchdown of the night. Chieftains would make the extra point, go back up by 7. Cyclones almost lose the football here on their first play. That's Elijah Holthouse that strips it there. He had a big sack a couple of plays later that would force the Cyclones to a 4th down here. Got to convert or they lose. It's to the end zone, and it is caught by Sims, diving to the ground. Go for the win on the road. We talked about we like the call. Tried to go with a little bit of trickery here. Hole is going to run out. Direct snap to Sylvie. He's going to throw back over the middle. It's big number 10 again. Elijah Holthouse, the sophomore, with the game of the year on senior night, as he would seal up the Chieftains' 38-37 win in overtime, and a big win against the Cyclones. Man, what a game it was last week, and what a game it was for Elijah Holthouse too, a guy that, again, we talked about all the seniors and juniors that were taking the starting spots on this team on offense and defense. He was the only sophomore that's been in the starting lineup since week 1, and he's always been great as a tight end, as going out and doing his blocking. We've seen Coach Troyer talk about that many a times. Last week, that was his real breakout on defense, though, and now it's about how will that momentum carry him throughout this postseason. I think it will, and as you know, partner, he was our player of the game because of those 2 huge plays there to seal the victory. Well, that's almost 3 huge plays. He had almost had the strip and the fumble recovery. He had the sack where he just got back on Hole in a hurry, almost on his back like a cape. It was pretty incredible, and then the interception at the end to end it. And that was huge because with the defense, we saw Coach Bond, he took Kendall Smith, taking him out of that edge rushing position, kind of put him back as they call it the bandit position. It's kind of a guy that just, he roams around all over the field. Sometimes they'll bring him on a rush, sometimes they drop him back in coverage. He just kind of does whatever. When you have a guy like Kendall Smith on your team that's so athletic and can do just about anything, so versatile, you can get away with that. But they needed somebody to step in on the pass rush, and that was Elijah Holthouse last week. So we'll see. Huge game. Yeah, absolutely. A huge game. The high school marching Chieftains coming off the field right now, still just about 10 minutes away from kickoff. We are ready for the start of this one here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. We will give more, including our player spotlights for both teams tonight, keys of the game and coin toss, all that and more coming up right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
For more than 15 years, Lynch Real Estate has been a leader in the KC Metro.
Hi, I'm Dan Lynch with Lynch Real Estate, inviting you to come let us prove to you why Lynch Real Estate is a name you can always trust.
Dan and his team have built a reputation for unparalleled customer service and satisfaction by building lasting relationships. Learn more about Lynch Real Estate at lynchresidential.com or give them a call at 913-369-3000.
Whether you're a first-time buyer or a high-end seller, I'm here to make it happen.
Make the landscape of your dreams a reality with a stop at Oak Creek Nursery and Landscape. Just 15 minutes outside of Tonganoxie, come explore their full nursery of plants, trees, shrubs, annuals, and perennials. Learn from their certified specialists about proper seeding, watering, planting, lawn treatment, and so much more. Visit their website to enroll in classes, preview upcoming events, and request an estimate for your next project. Or give them a call at 913-351-5296. Oak Creek Nursery and Landscape, your one-stop shop for outdoor living.
Ridge Med Spa in Tonganoxie is more than a destination. It's an experience designed to redefine radiance and inspire success. Dr. Mark Peterson and Laura Snow facilitate and encourage both providers and clients to live life to the fullest by investing in themselves. Their new space offers services for medical weight loss, IV nutrition, laser hair removal, laser skin rejuvenation, hydrofacials, and Botox. Visit ridgemedspa.com to book your appointment today in Tonganoxie. Illuminate your beauty.
The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain game day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com.
Back here in the SNS Body pregame show on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Chieftain football tonight is going to be brought to you by Kansas Insurance. To see how they can help you protect what matters most, give them a call at 913-369-6600 as we now get a little bit further along. Some player spotlights tonight. I got a couple for Schlagle, but I wanted to give you the opportunity first. Is there anybody on that Chieftain side that you're going to be keeping your eye on tonight?
I'd like to see how Isaiah Holthouse steps up after that huge game last week. Like we talked about when you were recapping it, how that's going to propel him into the playoffs. So I think he's one to watch. And, of course, you always have Talon and Tanner Hand. Those guys are always something to deal with. And, of course, then we got, the wide receivers. So I think if the Chieftains just take care of the business and do what they do, I think they should be in good shape tonight.
Also worth noting, Gavin Rhodes did not play last week. He is suited up. He is ready to go this week. Still without T.J. Leeper.
Yeah, no T.J. Leeper.
We'll see how the Chieftains adapt to that, but you do get Big 54 back on the offense and defensive lines. As for Schlagle tonight, a couple of players keep an eye on. Savion Ross, you're going to see him involved a lot. Leads the team in tackles on defense, a big-bodied presence, number 58 right in the middle, and he can blow up the running game if he is not handled properly. So that's even bigger if you have Gavin Rhodes back in there to kind of handle him. Because you saw him last week against Bonner Springs, a very run-heavy team. He was so keen on kind of blowing up blocks at the line, getting in the backfield, and just having them go nowhere. And if he's able to get through, it's going to be really, really hard for Tanner Hand with how athletic and how agile and strong he is to get by Savion Ross if he is coming through fairly clean. As the Chieftains make their way out onto the field with a nice applause on the folks in attendance here.
And with the loss of T.J. Leeper, partner, you'd indicated that we had to make some changes on that offensive line, so moving from out of position for a couple of players. So keep an eye on that and see if that's going to make a difference with Savion.
Yeah, we'll see. It was a little it's hard to tell sometimes during warm-ups because they're kind of going through. They could have been mimicking the line for Schlagle, or if that is something that Coach Bond's going to be mixing up on the offense and or defensive lines tonight as we're getting ready for the coin toss. One more player to keep an eye on, Sincere Lewis, number 14. Started as the quarterback this year for Schlagle. Since then, the past 2-3 weeks, he's been more like a quarterback running back hybrid. He's just kind of been like he's been an athlete out there. He can run the ball well. We've seen him many times where the freshman quarterback Dyer will kind of pitch it back to him in the backfield, and he'll kind of, if somebody's open, he'll throw it. If not, he'll tuck it and run. So this is going to be an offense tonight for Tongi. Definitely going to need to be assignment sound. Do not get beat over the top because Schlagle, they're going to come out. They're going to pull some tricks. They're going to do some razzle-dazzle. They're going to do a couple of wonky things tonight. And
try and catch the Chieftains off guard.
That's exactly it. As a team coming in tonight, nothing to lose, no pressure on them whatsoever. So,
well, let's give a quick weather report, partner. It's going to be in the mid-50s here at kickoff. Very little, if any, breeze out of the southeast. I think the last time I checked it was like 6 miles an hour. So no factor on the game tonight. It's going to drop into the 40s by the fourth quarter, so it's cooling off, but perfect football weather for tonight.
Yes, perfect football weather. Should be a great one as we're now just waiting for the coin toss tonight. The pregame clock, it still had teams kind of came out a little bit early as it is just a little over 4 minutes still to go, 6:55 on everybody's clocks at home as well as here. So we saw the officials last week when they came out a little bit early from halftime. They said, all right, we're going to kick it off. We still, minute and a half, let's shave it off. And the official said, no, not so fast. We're going to sit here. We're going to take all these 90 seconds and we're going to enjoy them. I don't know if we're going to do that tonight here, if they're going to make them sit here for another 3 minutes, 45 seconds or so. It's looking like it right now, but
there's no question the players are ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard if you're not ready to go by now, a home playoff game, it is so rare. At least, I guess more days everybody qualifies for the playoffs, so it's a little more common now, but when you get to play a home football playoff game, it doesn't matter if it's week 9 or all the way in the sub-state championship game, anywhere in between. It is a great, great feeling to play in front of the home crowd. So we got Gardea, Dye, and Stevens, the captains out there for the Chieftains. We got Savion Ross, number 58. Looks like Joseph Richardson was also out there for Schlagle alongside Ronnie Bush. Those are the 3 captains for the Stallions tonight as we await the coin toss tonight, presented to you by our friends over at Forever Fencing, your locally owned and top-rated fencing company in the Midwest. Go online for your free estimate today at www.foreverfencingkc.com.
Yeah, Raymond and his crew will take good care of you.
Yes, they will. The best fencing company in the area. Okay, so it looks like Schlagle had
won the
toss, and they will defer. So Tongi offense will be out on the field first against the Schlagle defense. We've seen it sometimes maybe when you're coming in as an underdog. If you win the toss, maybe you want to get the ball first to try to go down and score, but they're going to play it smart here and defer their option to the second half. Can't fully blame them there. Again, you've been watching the S&S Body pregame show on Tonganoxie Sports Live, presented by Kansas Insurance, as we get ready to go here. Number 5, Tonganoxie versus number 12, KC Schlagle. Winner moves on to the regional playoffs next week, takes on the winner of Fort Scott and Coffeyville. Got some quick keys to the game for us tonight, brought to you by First Security Bank.
Yeah, I like we talked about, the Chieftains, in order for Schlagle to make this a game, the Chieftains would have to turn it over. They'd have to be minus in the turnover ratio, and they can't can't have a bunch of stupid penalties. If they stay away from that and don't turn the ball over, I think they're going to be in great shape.
And keys to the game tonight brought to you by First Security Bank, your locally owned community bank in Tonganoxie. Stop by and meet their friendly staff today at 415 Stone Creek Drive. First Security Bank, proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics. And Week 9 playoff kickoff tonight brought to you by Lynch Real Estate, your hometown real estate company that will help you buy your next home and make your real estate dreams come true. Visit Dan Lynch and his team today in Tonganoxie. Special teams coach Cole Holloway has his team huddled up, ready for the return. Alex Stevens and Todd Brown going to go back and get ready for the return on this one. The quest for another deep run into the postseason begins tonight for the Chieftains. Made it all the way, their first ever sub-state championship game. Ended up losing to the eventual 4A state champions in St. Thomas Aquinas, now up in 5A. Just like they were a year ago, Chieftains the 5 seed.
That goes to show you how tough this league is when you have the number 5 seed going clear to the sub-state championship.
Boot is away, and here we go from Beatty Field as it is put on the turf. It's collected by Brady Martin. Still a good return is going to shape out here for the Chieftains. Cuts it up the middle of the field and tripped up just as he passes the 35-yard line. Alex Stevens had it bobbled for a second. Brady Martin comes over and picks it up and still has a nice return as we welcome on this Chieftain offense led by the quarterback Talon Langford. There are his numbers from this season: 927 passing yards along with 463 rushing yards. One of the best dual threats in the state. 8 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 85.7 QBR. Got off to a rough couple of weeks of the season, but really settled in. Has put together a nice senior campaign. Big block by the Chieftains, and again, it's Tanner Hand. Just how you want to open the game. First play goes for 12 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Wow, what a block there. Chieftains put the Stallions on their backside on the very first play.
Since Zach Fisher, the pulling guard, as Talon's going to air it out, looking for Todd Brown. Couple of Stallions in the area, and it drops down incomplete. So again, like we mentioned, without TJ Leeper on the field for the time being for Tonganoxie, a little bit of shuffling up on that offensive front. So John Golba now comes in at center. Zach Fisher moves over to guard. You still have Tucker McGuire out at left tackle. Gavin Rhodes from right guard now comes to right tackle. And Cale Dye also slips in there at right guard. Still a strong offensive front, no doubt. We talked with Coach Troyer earlier in the year, and we asked him what has you most excited about this team. And he said the depth and the experience on the offensive line is what had him most excited about this season. Putting it to good use here.
Usually where the game's won and lost is in the trenches.
Third down and short, plenty of running room for Tanner as he takes it past the first down line and inside the Schlagle 40. Chieftains off to a great start here. A couple of first downs already converted. A little up-tempo here. Talon looks left, now throws right, has a man. Elijah Holthouse led him a little bit too far out of bounds.
Yeah, Elijah was wide open there. He had 2 steps on his defender.
Talon 0 for 2 to start the game through the air.
I think Talon would like to have that one back.
Elijah had a step, only just 2 receptions on the season, so not someone that has a mass volume of receptions during the regular season. Here comes Tanner Hand. Slight hesitation at the 20, wrapped up around the ankle, and that is as far as he's going to get. Another big run for the Chieftains, that time for about 17. I think we could tell early on here that front for the Chieftains dominating Schlagle.
No question about it. They're just blowing them off the line of scrimmage.
Back to the line, 1st and 10. Brady Martin is going to get his first carry and is not going to get super far. There is Savion Ross wrapping him up. Also brought down on a short gain. Number 33 in there on the stop as well for Schlagle. Just a gain of 1 for 2nd and 9. Two receivers near side, one in the backfield. Now Todd Brown's going to be sending motion right to left. Fake it to him. Brady Martin, big hole on that left side again. Cuts it back. 10-5, touchdown, Tonganoxie. 19-yard touchdown run on his 2nd carry of the game for Brady Martin.
Really nice misdirection that time. Well-designed play. He went in untouched.
Some of the creative play calling there, perfectly timed for head coach Preston Troyer. He dialed it up, and Brady did the rest. That offensive line opening up plenty of holes in the running game. Cody Lobb's extra point is up and good.
Yeah, he's been automatic on extra points all year long.
Chieftains automatic on that drive, going right down the field and scoring 7-0 early lead. Week 9 postseason matchup on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
When it comes to rehabilitation, despite what you're told, you can choose where you want to go. Physical Therapy Solutions in Tonganoxie is independently owned, allowing them to work with all doctors and your insurance to ensure a smooth transition, especially from a knee or hip replacement. Choose from one of their highly qualified physical therapists for an individualized plan of care to achieve long-term health benefits. Contact Physical Therapy Solutions today and let them help you. Go to ptsolutionsks.com for more information.
Okay, so right as we were going to break, there was a penalty flag that was thrown, and I believe it was a unsportsmanlike or a personal foul on Schlagle, as Tongi will elect to take it on the kickoff. Are they gonna tee this up at the?
Looks like midfield or maybe the 45.
Well, Cody Lobb, you haven't had a touchback yet this year.
Now's your time.
A prime chance. Oh my goodness. Tongi going right down the field. It was set up by a good return by Brady Martin, and it ended with a good run by Brady Martin.
They're going to kick off in Schlagle's territory. Wow. That must have been a big penalty.
Yeah. Personal foul, it's 15 yards. From the Tonganoxie 40, now up to the Schlagle 45.
Well, hopefully he'll let him kick it away.
Traditionally, we've seen the freshman just kind of do the little pooch kicks. Let's see if he gets the green light to boot it away. Still
he's going to pooch kick it.
Slight pooch, going to take a bounce right at the 15-yard line. Chieftains had a couple of guys down in the area. No one able to get on top of it before Schlagle is able to. Nice tackle by Kelly Pritchett of Schlagle, trying to keep Jason Byrne from getting on top of that one. Jason immediately looking to the officials saying, you got to call a flag on that. It's some kind of holding or whatever. But
yeah, it looks like he wrapped him up.
Let the play move on. So this is where we will see the Stallions take over for the first time tonight. 1st and 10, just past their own 15-yard line, already down by a touchdown. A 10-point loss last week against Bonner Springs. See what they want to do here tonight as Dyer will pitch it on that right side. Quick run. Joseph Richardson in on the carry. Maybe got a yard there, if that. Minimal game on first down, brings up 2nd and long.
Yeah, great pursuit by the Chieftains there. They swarmed to the ball. Coach Bond's going to be happy with that.
One thing this Tongi defense has done well through the entire year is being able to rally to the football, especially on the run. 2nd and 9 play. Snap is back at pitch. Now to the right side. This is Johnson trying to put a shoulder in. Brought down shortly after contact. Todd Brown able to wrap him up. It's going to bring up at least a 3rd and manageable for Schlagle. Gain of 4 that time on the ground for Johnson.
Yeah, let's see if Schlagle's going to throw the ball here.
3 Dyer, a freshman quarterback, going to look to pass here. Pressure coming. It's popped up in the air. Is that a fumble? No whistles yet. Chieftains going after it. I believe Tanner Hand's on top of it.
I don't know if his arm was going forward or not. What are they calling?
That's
they're calling a Tongi ball.
That's an indication, so they're going to say that's a strip sack and a fumble recovered by Tonganoxie, and they will take over deep in Schlagle territory again.
That's the worst thing that can happen if you're Schlagle. Yeah, if Tongi punches this in, it's going to be a long night for Schlagle, I think.
Back to the ground. Tanner Hand trying to stretch it out. Inside 10 he goes, just around to the 5.
That was a direct snap. It looked like a Wildcat.
Another carry for Tanner. Hasn't had anything less than 5 yards. That one went for 6.
This one's going to go for a touchdown.
And
not quite.
Let's see. He's going to be about a half yard short. He almost had the reverse announcer jinx there. You almost had it. Enough for a first down regardless.
Yeah, Chieftains going with tempo here.
How about this time?
Yeah, Schlagle's not even set, and that's a touchdown.
About as easy as it gets there. Another turnover by the defense results in 6 for the offense. Pair of touchdowns tonight, both from the backfield, one from Brady, that one from Tanner. Already not even 4 minutes into this one. Tongi already up 2 scores, looking to make it 14-0 off the extra point try. He's been perfect on those all season, and he's nailed his first 2 in this one. Tongi up big. Opening drive touchdown, strip sack. 3 plays later, another touchdown. 14-0 is your score. 5th-seeded Tongi on top of 12th-seeded Schlagle. Ridge Med Spa in Tonganoxie is more than a destination. It's an experience designed to redefine radiance and inspire success. Dr. Mark Peterson and Laura Snow facilitate and encourage both providers and clients to live life to the fullest by investing in themselves. Their new space offers services for medical weight loss, IV nutrition, laser hair removal, laser skin rejuvenation, hydrofacials, and Botox. Visit ridgemedspa.com to book your appointment today in Tonganoxie. Illuminate your beauty. 14-0 score already. This is a little bit of what we expected tonight, I would say. Just 8 minutes, 7 seconds still to be played here in the first quarter.
Well, like you said, partner, there's only like 4 minutes gone, and you can already tell the body language by the Schlagle Stallions is not good.
Yeah.
It's like, we're not sure we want to be here.
2-6 overall. Last year they were 3-6. They haven't had a winning season since 2019. That was also when they had their last postseason win against Sumner. Big score that one, 61-13. So this kickoff is away from lob and it goes out of bounds. And Wisely there for Schlagle. I thought he was going to pick it up before it rolled out. It's Micah Taylor
and that's what I
on
thought.
The recovery.
That would have been really bad.
Just kind of putting salt in the wound. Already a rough start for Schlagle, but they're going to say it went out of bounds before he touched it. So that'll go against the Chieftains. Now both teams each with 1 penalty. So that'll give a little bit of better starting field position for Schlagle, going ending on a 3rd down on their last drive, and then in the strip sack 3 plays later found Tanner Hand in the end zone for Tonganoxie. Puts them up 14-0. I always have to wait a little bit. It sounds like we're having some connection issues with the officials' microphone tonight through the stadium PA system. But we roll along. Second drive for the Stallions here. Good news for them is there's really only one direction you can go from here, and that's up.
It can only go up.
Dyer looks to pass over the middle, looking for his man, overthrows him, looking for Joseph Richardson. There were a couple of red jerseys in the area. Todd Brown, Brady Martin around there. Blake Riedel not too far away either.
They sure weren't on the same page because both of those receivers were on the outside. He threw it to the middle. There was nobody home.
Dyer hasn't had a whole lot of passing experience. Comes into this game only 148 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. So he's really just his third appearance that he has made. He's got Johnson in the backfield with him right now. 2-by-2 receiver set. Dyer looking to pass. Pressure coming from the Chieftains. He is wrapped up and he is brought down. Elijah Holthouse gets back there, but it was Tucker McGuire. What a senior year he has had in the regular season. He collects his first postseason sack.
Isaiah gets a half a sack on that.
Yes, he does.
Isaiah's the one that blew it up.
Goes down as a sack regardless, and a loss, 3rd and 18. Undoubtedly, he's going to be a passing down here. See if the Chieftains maybe want to get some pressure coming here. You still see Smith in that bandit position. It's McGuire that comes across early, trying to say the left tackle might have flinched.
He did.
Jonathan Rucker.
3rd and 23 now.
You always see it every time. Whenever someone comes across early, it's always a pointing game. If he moved, no, he moved. He came at me.
Yeah, he said.
That time, Tucker was right by it. No better way to get in Coach Bond's doghouse than coming across that line early.
Yeah, well, Tucker had a full view there. He saw him flinch, and he just. Man, they're just they don't even. They're having a tough time even huddling up. Holy cow! They're down to 11, so 10 seconds.
8, 7, 6, trying to get lined up. Play moving slowly. Might have to take a timeout here. I think they're going to get it off just with about a second. They pitch it back to Sinceri Lewis, and he goes to pass. This is what we were talking about. Chieftains ready for it. Looks like he got in the hands of, I believe, was that
I couldn't
on that
see
far
the number,
side.
partner.
I believe it was Massey, number 11. And he was able to get it to Kaleem Massey, the junior.
Yeah, still going to be 4th and a long ways, about 18, 16.
Bunny unit on now for Schlagle. Chieftains forcing a pair of 3 and outs here. 1 inning in the turnover, this one, and a punt.
Owen Smith deep for the kick. Ooh, that's a
nice snap to Ross. Has to try to move around, make something happen. Here comes the big fella. Lost the football again. Recovered by Schlagle, but it does not matter.
Holy cow.
Chieftains all over it. And this game has been almost exclusively in Schlagle territory on this side of the field. Chieftains take over deep in Stallions territory once again. Ball is put just about around the 21, 22-yard line, 21-yard line, let's call it.
Yeah, they're almost in the red zone already.
22-yard line, there we go.
Chieftains punch this one in. That's going to get ugly early.
Talon still looking for his first completion. He's going to look to get it here. He's going to take a shot to the end zone, one-on-one. Jacob Moritz goes up and grabs it.
He's got it.
21-yard touchdown.
And Jacob actually got both feet in. I was wondering, but he did. Only needed one, but he got both down. Well, that didn't take long.
And I would just like to say I called it.
Yeah, you did. You didn't jinx him anyway.
I didn't. I've been guilty of that a couple of times this year. I'm proud to say I did not do it that time.
Cody Lobb's getting a workout.
Yeah, it looked a little bit unnatural. Let's hold up. Another flag on the play. 6 minute, 17 mark of the first quarter. Chieftains have scored their 3rd touchdown. Penalty declined against Schlagle, so we'll just tee it up again as Cody will look to split the uprights and move along. On the season now, including regular season, I believe he's somewhere in the margin of 26 for 26 on extra points. I know he's perfect. The exact number, it can differentiate. It depends on where you look, but one thing's for certain, he's 100%.
Well, that last one was a low snap, and Geiger did a great job of getting it handled and up there to where Cody could give it a kick.
The special team
would have been good.
Special team units here, especially with this. Owen Schmidt at long snap, Mark Geiger at hold. They run it like clockwork. Good snap, good hold. This one on the way. Thank you, Cody, for staying perfect. 21-0 already in the game. Chieftains up by 3 scores. Still over halfway to play here in the opening quarter. Wow. You're watching playoff Chieftain football on Tongi Sports Live.
Inviting, connecting, serving, and growing. That's Grounded Coffee House in downtown Tonganoxie. Enjoy the best cup of coffee in town 6 days a week and pair it with freshly made from scratch pastries, muffins, cinnamon rolls, and so much more. Plus, check out their beautiful event center, Grace Hall. Perfect for your next gathering, celebration, wedding, and party. All profits go towards local and international charitable projects and organizations. Drink local, support local at Grounded Coffee House. Place your order for dine-in or carry-out at groundedcoffeehousetonganoxie.org.
Nothing score here for the Chieftains. 6 minutes, 17-second mark in the opening quarter. Dylan Funk alongside Dennis Drennan. So glad everybody could join us here. Playoff football, a beautiful November evening. We've turned the page from October to November. Belated happy Halloween from last night, by the way.
Yeah. All the kiddies on a sugar high today.
This one taken in by Lewis, trying to peel it back to that far side, has some space.
He's got some speed. I'll give him that.
Takes it, knocked out of bounds right around the 40, but I believe we did have a penalty flag in on the near side. And it is, and more often than not, these go against the returning team.
No question. Probably a block in the back or a hold. Yep, a hold. They usually don't give the number, but they did that time.
You can't do that chance rang out from the Tonganoxie student section. You talked about coming just about 24 hours off of the Halloween festivities. What a scary start this has been for Schlagle. If you're a Stallion fan, this has been not the start that you wanted coming in as a road underdog, a mass road underdog, and a playoff matchup. Already down by 3 touchdowns, and now it's a matter of how are you going to try to rally the troops, or is this going to be a team that just kind of looking down and saying, this is the end of the line, this is kind of it. You never want to see a team kind of go out there and quit, but down by this early.
Yeah, you don't want to see them fold like a cheap suit, but it could happen. Kudos to that Tonganoxie sports section there, student section there.
They've showed out tonight. Pass here by Lewis. Overthrows his man, incomplete, looking for Micah Taylor.
A lot of razzle-dazzle. But, I think that's by necessity because that line is not able to hold anybody out of there.
Yeah, this is something, again.
They got to get out of Dodge quick.
A package that they initiated the past few weeks of the regular season, and now they're continuing it here tonight. Sincere Lewis, was the starting quarterback. He got the majority of the reps at the starting quarterback position. And now they've brought in, I believe it's Ryan Dyer. He's got listed number 3 out there. They have him on the roster as number 21. And I know you go on and look at the stats, they have him listed as the freshman quarterback. That's why it's kind of hard to judge of what he can bring to the table because it's just been very little so far. And Lewis scrambling around again and again. It was Holthouse back there, completes it to a man on the sideline, but way out of bounds.
Yeah, I can't believe they didn't throw a flag there because Isaiah was blocked in the back when he got around the defender.
All right, another 3rd down and 10, 0 for 2 already in this game. Clock stopped 5 minutes, 56 seconds.
Holthouse has been living in their backfield.
How often did we say that last year about his older brother,
Absolutely.
Isaiah?
Yeah.
Elijah really starting to make a name for himself on the defensive side of the ball now. 3rd down and 10. Pass rush coming for the Chieftains. Dyer gets rid of it through his hands, batted around, nearly intercepted. It just hit the turf. Kind of ping-ponged around there. I believe that was Brady Martin that almost came up with it, or Jason Byrne that almost came up with the potential interception. And
Stallions dodged a bullet there.
Going to be another 3 and out for Schlagle.
Yeah, they haven't even had a first down.
Stallions in front formation, Savion Ross, the kicker.
It's not too often where you can talk about at this point in a game where a team has more touchdowns than the other has first downs.
Yeah, almost yards.
Yeah, 17 seconds just that entire possession. Ross able to get this punt away. Nice boom. Owen Schmidt called for a fair catch, bobbles it.
Yeah. Chieftains got on. Chieftains were lucky there.
Now that is something that has been kind of a thorn in the side of Tongi, is the returning punts and on special teams. And it's always, again, as we start to get deeper and deeper into this postseason, it could take just one of those going awry and recovered, and that could change a ball game in an instant. Thankfully, in a situation like this, you had the 3-score cushion, but you also got on top of it. But definitely something you got to be able to clean that up as you move forward.
Yeah, you don't want to do that next week.
First play here, fourth drive of the game for the Chieftains. Tanner Hand again shifting his way through, lowers the shoulder. Physical finish to that run for a gain of 11.
Yeah, so physical.
And we talked about towards the end of the regular season where he may have been kind of battling something. We saw him have a little bit of an ankle thing. He had a hip flexor kind of thing. He missed a few plays in the game last week. Looking strong here tonight, and Talon sends this one. A little miscommunication.
Yeah, that was miscommunication there.
Again, the start for Talon through the air, just 1 of 4, 21 yards. He does have 1 touchdown. Give it to him there. I believe he was looking on the near sideline to Todd Brown, who stopped and started to come back. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they try to do it again. They send Todd in motion on that far side. They scored a touchdown on a play similar to this earlier. Tanner Hand just rolling his way off of defenders. Zach Fisher, another pancake block, some late pushing and shoving. This one could be getting chippy as well. Another Tonganoxie first down.
He's 5 to 7 yards past the line before he's even touched. Says a lot for that offensive line.
The smallest rush he's had tonight is that 1-yard touchdown run. Everything else has been 5 yards or greater. Fake the throw down the line. Marins!
He's wide open.
Oh, he dropped it. Incomplete. Got behind the defense. That is the bread and butter play of the Chieftains. We've seen teams down the final about month of the regular season that they did their homework and they did good at defending that. Schlagle got beat. And Marins just cannot bring it in.
Talon dropped a dime right there. You got to help your quarterback out there.
Talon back to the air, goes and hits his man. 50-50 ball up the far sideline.
Touchdown.
And he is in. It's a touchdown for the Chieftains.
Yeah, the Schlagle player went for the interception, and when that didn't work out, it was all over.
What a time for your first catch at the varsity level. Alex Gardia, the senior, number 2.
Oh, good for him.
What a play.
They keep this up, Cody Lobb's going to have to get in the cold tub tonight. Ice that leg.
Nice snap. Geiger brings it down. Lobb does the rest. So Talon going right back to the air and hits his man Alex Gardea. First time those two have connected this season as he takes it to the house. 4 unanswered touchdowns. Still a little over 4.5 minutes to play here in the first quarter on Tongi Sports Live.
Hello, Four States. This is Jay Hatfield with the Jay Hatfield Auto Group. We've been serving the Four States area for over 29 years, and we now have 6 locations which offer Chevrolet, GMC, Ford, and Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Each of our locations is operated by a Jay Hatfield family member or managing partner. At Jay Hatfield, we're here to earn your business and trust. We have approximately 300 pre-owned and 300 new vehicles in stock or on their way, and we're making deals. Come see us at Jay Hatfield location today and let us make you part of the Jay Hatfield family.
You just said it. You want to talk about efficient? Talon, 2 completions, 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
1 from 21, that last one from 33 to Alex Gardea.
He has a real shot to break 1,000 yards tonight.
1,000 yards?
For the year.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
And another
fumble.
one, bad from worst to Schlagle. Chieftains there.
Chieftains got it.
Alex Stevens, and he gets on top of it.
Holy cow.
Oh, man.
It's not any fun being in blue and white tonight.
Another mishap on special teams by Schlagle. And Schlagle, they're going to go ahead and burn their first time out here. Already down 28-0. You're giving the ball right back to the Chieftains again in Stallion territory. Off to a great start tonight if you're a Tonganoxie Chieftain fan. So glad everyone's joining along tonight. Chieftain football is presented in part by Kansas City, Kansas Community College, your higher education partner, whether you want to take classes in high school or after graduation. KCC is in your backyard. Check out how college can help you today at kckcc.edu, the official higher education partners of Tonganoxie Sports Live. Talk about our little segments we've been doing, our little history 101s, followed up by that live readers. Not a whole lot on this one. It's the first ever matchup between the Chieftains and the Stallions. There is a fun little number I'll throw out there for you and I. We're kind of coming up on a good number ourselves. This is our 141st broadcast.
Really?
That you and I, yes.
Awesome.
That you and I have done here. So that means we're going to hit 150 coming up before long.
All right. A milestone.
Yes. All the way we started this, you and I together officially, and back in 2021, rolling all the way through here. So they keep here. This is Bodie Maslak again, and another good carry. The
Great
freshman.
carry, yeah.
Great average for carry.
I'm happy to see that.
This
Get another freshman involved here.
And we were just talking about of when, didn't think we'd bring this up in the first quarter, but is maybe when do you start to think about phasing out some of the starters out?
I think Coach has already thought about it.
That's kind of what I'm starting to gather, too. Wide open on that
Oh, my goodness.
far side for Martin, able to get off one tackle. Trying to go back up the middle, getting blockers downfield. Comes about a yard shy of that yard gain. So this could spell. I don't know. This is going to be the end of the night for Talon completely because he does start on defense, too. Also the punter.
Yeah.
Or maybe this is just kind of a thing. Put the freshman quarterback out there and let's see what he can do.
This is a great time to give him some varsity experience, for sure.
Bodie again, sidestep, diving for the end zone, lost
the ball.
it. Recovered in the end zone by who? Gavin Rhodes has it. How about that for a touchdown? Welcome back to Friday Night Lights, Gavin Rhodes.
Yeah, we missed him last week.
Look at he's like a kid in a candy shop, man.
Yeah. Gavin, you got to give it back. They're not going to let you keep that one. He is pumped.
That's exactly how you should respond if you're a big fella.
Big fella finding the sweet nectar of the end zone.
Oh, man.
Oh, man, this is...
Good snap and hold. Extra point from Lob again. And 35-0 Chieftains. We still have a little over 3 more quarters to play in this game. What a score and what a start.
That's if Schlagle comes out for the second half.
What a start it has been in this one for the Chiefs. I mean, it's just been everything has been going right for them. 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and you've had a pair of turnovers taking over that last one on special teams, and you even put the freshman quarterback in and Brady Martin, the backup running back, who's really kind of just been, I hate to call him the backup running back because we've seen him to get in there and he gets involved in so many different ways. One of the leading tacklers and just best defensive players.
Yeah, he's great
On the defensive side of the ball. He's going to be great to have back next year in the backfield, as he'll be next in line of kind of this long lineage of great running backs that have come out of Tonganoxie High School over the years. Continued this year with Tanner Hand taking the baton from Colton Bruisvin and many others.
Yeah, we got some new faces on special teams too, so that's great.
Cody Lobb still out there, puts a little bit more into this one as it gets by one man. Chieftains getting down there. It is a live ball near the sideline.
He got it.
Oh, man, I think he thought that was going to roll. It's Chieftain football.
Holy cow.
Oh, my goodness. Back-to-back possessions taken away from Schlagle via special teams. This has been crazy.
Well, for the poor Stallions tonight, if it wasn't for bad luck, they'd have no luck at all.
Yeah, Maslak's still out there. He's going to be the quarterback. Got some other guys going to be mixed. Alex Stevens going to be in the backfield.
There you go.
Offensive line is still pretty much the same. You still have Gardea out there along with Marin's, Elijah Holthouse at tight end. Yeah, priority number one, protecting the quarterback as Talon is out. Bodie Maslak is in. Hands it off here, Alex Stevens. So he takes it up the middle. Solid carry on first down for about a gain of 5.
Stevens on the carry for the Chieftains. Gain of 5, we're on second out of 5.
I don't think they've had a running play under 5 yards all night.
The 1 yard touchdown run from Tanner. That's been it.
Yeah, that doesn't really count though. It's pay dirt.
So now Talon will make his way back in.
He must be going to throw it.
That's just what they want you to think.
Yeah.
Hands it off. Stevens, strong running here from Alex Stevens.
Yeah, nice job by the young man.
Stevens on the carry for the Chieftains. Get good for Tonganoxie, first down.
We talk a lot about this track team, this 4x1 track team with Kendall Smith, Todd Brown, and Alex Stevens. And there's one more.
Yeah, I forgot who it is, but yeah, they've got some speed on this team.
And Stevens, one of them, and he's going to take that one in 3 yards out. Another Tonganoxie touchdown, and this game is about as close as you can get to over in the first quarter.
It's
first rushing touchdown of the season for Alex Stevens. No better time than in the postseason.
40 points in the first quarter. That's got to be some kind of record for the Chieftains.
41. Now make it 42. Might have to try to go through some record books and see if we can find most
Chieftains
points
on pace to put up 160 tonight.
Tonganoxie up big, 42-0, pitching a shutout against Schlagle.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stoes with Paola Vet Clinic. We'd like to thank you for trusting us with the care of your pets and large animals. At Paola Vet Clinic, we're proud to be your hometown veterinarians who know and care about your family. We provide cutting-edge diagnostic services, digital radiology, ultrasound, and in-house same-day blood work, chiropractic, and reproductive services. Come in and see us at our new location here in Paola in the Industrial Park with indoor cattle and equine facilities complete with a hydraulic tip chute. With a team of 11 veterinarians, our commitment to this community makes Paola Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
Yes, for those wondering back at home.
It is the first quarter.
There were still a little over 5 minutes and change on the clock when the last time that Schlagle offense was on the field. 3 touchdowns ago. It seems like an eternity now. As all of a sudden now down 42-0.
He about dropped that.
Trying to pin a return here. So third time's the charm. No turnover here for the Chieftains. Majority of the starting defense still trotting out there. Again, it's been a little bit since we've seen the Tonganoxie starting defense back out there as a unit too. So
yeah.
Coach Bond still wanted to work out a couple of things, see a little bit more, trying to tweak out some of the finer details.
I'm not sure what he wants to see that he hasn't already.
Offense back out here for the Stallions. That was Johnson that came on late, gets the play call. Now we'll come and wide out wide to the near side. Trips formation. One at the top of the screen. Back to Dyer, flips it. Razzle dazzle again. This is Richardson trying to turn the corner and just gets back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he picks up a yard or two, but not much more.
He took a tough hit right there.
And is there a flag on the play? No, I thought
I think that's the longest play from scrimmage tonight. No, they had a pass. I think it may have been 4 yards.
He had a rush by Aaron Johnson on the first drive. It was 2nd and 9. He took it for 4 yards.
Yeah.
A strip sack was to follow. Outside of that, you've had back-to-back punts and back-to-back 3-and-outs. 2nd and 8 here now for Schlagle. Throw down the line, overthrows his man.
That looked bad when it left his hand.
Evans Diamond, the junior, number 2. You got Dyer through passing 0 for 2. Lewis 1 of 3 for just 6 yards.
If I Schlagle, I'd keep that clock running. I think I'd be throwing too many passes.
Before too long, they're not going to have an option. Running clock is going to be on at some point. This was the second half. We'd already have reached that threshold. And they would keep going. Back to the air again, go to Stallions. Down the field, long overshot, incomplete.
Yeah, well defended there.
Jacob Marines in coverage for the Chieftains. Believe he was maybe going down the field for Washington.
Marines was in a better position to catch that than the receiver.
Another 3-and-out here for Schlagle. And this is a decision, I think, purely just based on trying to get the ball on the other side of the 50-yard line and make the Chieftains try to make a fairly good drive going. You just don't want to surrender it back in your own territory.
The Chieftains don't even have anybody back. They're just going to let it go.
Let's see if he'll get a Schlagle bounce and it won't.
Guess what? It takes a Tonganoxie bounce. Boy, when it goes bad, it just goes bad.
And special teams continue to not be in favor. 0 of 4 on 3rd downs on the night is Schlagle. And rough night just continues as Bodie Maslak continues to make his way back on the field.
I'd kind of like to see the Chieftains just go into victory formation until halftime.
I still can't believe we're in the first quarter. This is
crazy.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it.
As whistles will blow here, a timeout called on Schlagle.
Why would Schlagle?
It looks like I don't think either.
Oh, man. I guess you can't take him to the locker room with you.
Didn't quite have everybody out there, so they take a timeout here. Again, Chieftain football tonight brought to you by our friends over at Crookham Construction, performing a wide variety of concrete construction and special project services throughout the area. They're hardworking people with small-town family values. Find more information out at crookhamconstruction.com. Well, we're starting to get to that point. We're going to start keeping an eye on some of the other scores that are going on across 4A. And wait for them to pull up. First, I'm going to be going over to Lewisburg and Miege. And they are in the first quarter there, just under 8 minutes to go. It's a 14-0 Bishop Miege lead. And not too far up the road in Lansing, we have the Lions on top 16-0. Second quarter up in that one as they are just under 8 minutes left to play in the first half as well. So We'll get more and more scoring updates as we continue along here. Chieftains up big in this one, 42-0. Bodie Maslak, the backup quarterback, pulls it and takes it here. Look at him go. Penalty flag is down, so we'll have to wait and see. For right now, it's going to be a good game, about 15 yards, but it's going to come back on a holding. So the first time we saw Bodie Maslak, it was last week. He came in, special package, took it, 1 carry, 10 yards and a touchdown, and a big league win in overtime, a highlight-worthy play for him. And, I mean, I think now we're seeing more and more kind of starting to look ahead to next year and the years to come, but looks like the Chieftains could have themselves a little bit of like a run specialist at quarterback as well. Handoff up the middle. Tanner Hand. No, gone. Alex Stevens.
He's gone.
22-32. Doesn't matter. Ends in the same result. Touchdown, Tonganoxie.
Wasn't touched.
$62 yards.
Showing off those wheels.
We talk about the speed of everybody else on that team of Todd and Kendall and them. Alex Stevens saying, I got some wheels too, guys, showing them off there. Hit that hole, but untouched.
Yep.
Almost down the field. And a credit to the offensive line, too, for opening those up for him as another flag comes in here. Somebody from Schlagle coming across early.
We're going to decline. Replay extra point.
It's too bad you just can't decline that and take the point. They keep kicking again.
Another swift kick, another one through the uprights, and good. For Cody Lobb. Longest rush of the night for the Chieftains. Alex Stevens takes it 62 yards all the way to the house as the blowout continues here. A point shy of a 50-piece in the first quarter. Chieftains up big.
For more than 15 years, Lynch Real Estate has been a leader in the KC Metro.
Hi, I'm Dan Lynch with Lynch Real Estate, inviting you to come let us prove to you why Lynch Real Estate is a name you can always trust.
Dan and his team have built a reputation for unparalleled customer service and satisfaction by building lasting relationships. Learn more about Lynch Real Estate at lynchresidential.com or give them a call at 913-369-3000.
Whether you're a first-time buyer or a high-end seller, I'm here to make it happen.
A little bit as we return here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. It does feel like we've seen a game's worth of action in just the first quarter. But I mean, quite frankly, it is a 49-0 score already, minute and change. So it'll be played out here in the opening quarter of action. Week 9 postseason matchup, 5 and 12 seed. Big kid made on that far sideline for the Chieftains. Looks like Kagan Malik, 24, another senior. He's coming up energetic to the sideline. This kind of energy you want to see out of your guys at this time of year. Love to see that from the senior, Kagan Malik. So we're going to see more and more of these names that we haven't seen or haven't called out all too often this season. We're going to see them all throughout this game here tonight. So this one's already in the bag for the Chieftains, 49-0. If Schlagle comes back, if they're able to turn this deficit around, it would be one of the greatest turnarounds in just high school football history. As a throw down the field, he'll overthrown, able to come back for it. And
caught it.
Reels it in.
Good for him.
And Zary Lewis down the field from Dyer. A big gain for the Stallions, and much needed.
I thought that was going to be intercepted. Yeah, it would have been if it had not been underthrown.
28 yards in the air. First completion of the night for Dyer. A big one as he hits Lewis. There's your Biggest play of the game to this point for Schlagle. No doubt about it. The Chieftains are going to run some kind of stunt here on defense, help bring a little bit of pressure. Flushing Dyer out to the near side. Another throw down the field. Has a man looking for it and bobbles it, and he breaks it in, and he goes in for a touchdown.
Good for him.
Evans Diamond from 40 yards away. And how about that for
That was a nice throw.
a scoring drive for the Stallions? Like a two-play, 58-yard drive. Capping it off in a touchdown.
Looks like they're going for two.
Well, wouldn't you? Back to Dyer, pitches it to Lewis.
That was a block in the back.
Trying to stretch it out, not going to get there. Setting the edge, Gardea. Helping getting in on the stop for Tongi, and it will just stay a 49-6 ball game.
55 points scored in the first quarter.
49 of them by the Chieftains, still up big. A nice scoring drive for the Stallions, however, trying to chip away, trying to make something of this ball game.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community, where friends are found down every street. That's where you'll find us, taking time to get to know you, calling you by name, generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Tex Vandervoort in Tonganoxie today.
I don't know. We are 11 minutes away from the 8 o'clock hour, and we still have 52 seconds to play in this first quarter. Absolutely insane. Haven't seen anything like this before. 49-6. Chieftains with the lead. Kickoff is away here. Brought in. Looking for a big return here. Jacob Marin's up the middle. It's about the one thing the Chieftains have ahead tonight. A kickoff return for a touchdown, and it's not going to happen here. Had one man to beat. Was drugged down by the quarterback Dyer. Nonetheless, a great return on special teams for the Chieftains in Jacob Marin's as they'll take over at the Schlagle 30. More and more bodies being rotated in on this Tonganoxie offense.
Good.
Aslak going back out there. He was originally followed by Brady Martin. Now he comes down. It's Blake Riedel that's going to join him in the backfield.
His brother Corbin gave us a lot of highlights when he played here.
Yes, he did.
Especially on the wrestling mat.
Defense collapsing in here for the Stallions, and a loss.
First loss or negative play on offense tonight, I think, for the Chieftains.
Second on Ross on the stop for the Stallions. Loss of the play, bring up second down and 13.
Riedel will absorb the 2-yard loss there. It'll come to the sideline, and
they're just going to let it run down. They're going to go to halftime.
We're on pace right now to be here until about 11 o'clock at night, keeping this game going. And
Honey, I'm not going to make my curfew tonight.
Finally, one down, 3 to go. 49-6, your average first quarter score, of course. Chieftains up big in this Week 9 postseason matchup.
Hi, do you offer insurance bundling?
Enter authentication code to start transaction.
Where would I get the code?
Please enter code.
Okay. Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Wrong.
Let's talk about bundling and see if there are other ways for you to save with a super check.
That sounds great.
Here, take a look.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Tex Vandervoort in Tonganoxie today.
First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com.
Back here on Tonganoxie Sports Live, Dylan Funk alongside Dennis Drennan. Start of the second quarter in a 49-6 ball game. Bodie Maslak looking to pass it here. A little bit high and incomplete, looking for his man, Mark Geiger. So that goes incomplete. So it looks like fairly safe to say here the day at quarterback for Talon Langford is over. As it holds right now, he will exit this game with just 2 completions on the night, both of them for touchdowns. But this team up big as they give it. They hand the reins over to the young freshman in the backfield. Bodie Maslak looking to pass again. 3rd down and 12.
Nice.
Airing it out here. Has a man. Nice ball. It just goes
right through his
incomplete.
arms. Holy cow. Nice throw by Brody. Was it Bodie?
Bodie
Nice
Maslak
throw by
looking for
Bodie.
number 85, Kipton Harder. Another freshman. Had his eyes set on maybe his first varsity touchdown.
Went right through his hands. He'd like to have that one back.
It's only the second 3rd down the Chieftains had faced tonight either. That play right there. 1 for 2 on the night. 4th down and 12. Why not? Riedel in the backfield to the left of Maslak. Another passing play looking to his left. Rolls out. Bodie going to try to run with it. Stallions going to wrap him up and bring him down well short of the line to gain. It'll be a turnover on downs. And Schlagle will take over. Aaron Johnson getting in on the tackle and the stop for Schlagle. So we pull up here on our phones, just getting updates on some scores in and around the area. Lewisburg has scored since our last check-in there, so that's 14-7. Miege, the 15 seed, still with the lead over the 2-seeded Lewisburg Wildcats. We have a 7-0 reported score, Labette County against Sumner. You got Piper currently a 1-point lead over Ottawa, 7-6. And you have no score yet for Paola and Chanute. Don't have a score reported for Coffeyville and Fort Scott. Of course, the one we really want to try to keep an eye on. No score reported yet. We'll keep an eye out for those. 16-0 Lansing on top of Eudora. And still don't have a score yet for Bonner and Atchison. We'll continue to keep an eye out for those. First play here for the Stallions. After getting the stop, Aaron Johnson in on the carry. He takes it for a nice gain of around 4. Second carry on the night for Johnson, both of them going for 4 yards. It is important to note as we move forward, pretty much all of these starters are now being phased down on both sides of the ball. So when you're starting to see some bigger plays starting to happen on the other side,
that's why.
Always to keep important. The starters did their job in the first quarter, putting up 49 points. Dyer airing it out down the field, looking for his man. It goes incomplete. Again, trying to find Sincere Lewis down the field. They connected on earlier. It was a 28-yard reception to set up the lone scoring drive for Schlagle. It was just 2 plays. It capped off with an Evans Diamond 30-yard reception for a touchdown. Now 3rd down and 6 coming up here. Be one of the quietest I've actually ever heard this home crowd in past few home games.
Yeah, the Chieftains taking their own crowd out of it. A lot of people looking at their phones.
0 for 4 on the 3rd downs tonight. As he'll look to run, is not going to get far. So he is wrapped up and brought down. I believe Parker Eaton. Going to wrap him up for the Chieftains. Dyer a little bit slow to get up. He gets up, helped up by his teammate Joseph Richardson. Penalty was against Schlagle. Chieftains will decline it after the 4th down stop. A big loss too. About 7, 8 yards on the loss.
Looks like they're going to kick it.
That's 6, I should say.
Chieftains still don't have anybody back.
Ross, they would have put a good boot into it. Nobody back for the Chieftains. This one just take a bounce and die out right at Tonganoxie's own 45-yard line. This will slowly start to become more and more of like a JV game for the Chieftains. So we're seeing pretty much all of the jerseys that have last names on the back of them, which in case if for folks that may not be familiar, in Tongi, it is a thing that when you are a senior, then you get your last name stitched on the back of your jersey. There's still a couple out there. You still have Mark Geiger, Alex Gardea, Jason Byrne out there as well. But for the most part, the starters on offense and defense, they are done for the night. Cody Maslak going to pull it away here, trying to get away. Get a good handful of the jerseys. Savion Ross able to bring him down. Welcome to the varsity level for Bodie Maslak, taking a pretty solid hit there on a big loss.
Savion Ross is a pretty good athlete.
Yes. He had a holding.
I don't know why they wouldn't deny that. He had a big loss.
7 yards. Back might play another full 10. Third penalty of the night for Tongi. Second down and 20 for Tonganoxie. Maslak to throw and deflected. Getting back there, Ronnie Bush leads the team in sacks and pressures this year on defense, and nearly had that one. If you're able to get both hands on it, it's an easy pick six. He could backpedal his way in. Nobody would stop him. It takes the deflection. Second and 20. Maslak still be looking for a completion here. Gonna take another try at it. Pressure coming in on him, and he is brought down. Another big loss. Now it's a matter of trying to keep the young freshman quarterback out there healthy, as a Stallion is slow to get up. Injury timeout will be called here. Big loss on the play. Third down and 26. Be coming up for the Chieftains. We'll step aside here on Tongi Sports Live.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
For the Stallions, it was Savion Ross, so it was a little slow to get up.
He's back out there, though. Oh, I don't think he is.
Well, not quite. You're going to get out here for a few plays. Got a long third down here for the Chieftains. 1 and 2 on the night. Third down and 26 after a pair of big losses on the play. Maslak looking to pass, will heave it, and man, I think foot was on the line. It's going to go as an incompletion, nearly an interception for Lewis. Now, I just don't know if that one slipped out of his hand when he was throwing it or what exactly happened, but on comes the punting unit.
Yeah. Talon's going to punt it.
First drive tonight for the Chieftains. That second drive that hasn't ended in points. Turnover on downs last time, and now this time ending in a punt. And Captain Harder coming on the field. Now we get the green light. Down Langford, back out on the field, ready to punt this one away. It's a solid punt into this one. Takes a nice Chieftain roll. We'll go just shy, or right at 25-yard line. Another good punt for Talon. He's been good at that all season long. Another scoring update here. A score we couldn't find earlier. We have now Chanute hosting the Paola Panthers. That's the 3-seeded Blue Comets, up 21-7. Against Frontier League opponents, the Paola Panthers. Still looking around for that Coffeyville Fort Scott score, hoping someone could maybe provide an update for that a little bit later on. Playoff football happening all across the way. We got a tied game in Lewisburg now, 14-all between the Wildcats and the Bishop Miege Stags. That again is looking like a good one. Cyclones have found their stride against the Pirates. They're now up 21-7. 25-0 Lions on top of the Eudora Cardinals. It's been a minute since they've had the last scoring update here, because they're still calling this game 28-0. We're now 49-6. Another loss here for the Stallions. We'll put them behind the chains, 49-6. That score was just put up in the first quarter alone. It has been scoreless so far here in the second quarter. Second and 14, looking to pass. Dyer down the line, through the hands of Diamond. Has the lone touchdown of the game for Schlagle. That one didn't quite get his eyes on it, and he goes incomplete. Dyer again, flushed out. Able to get away down the field, has a man, got a little turned around, nearly an interception for the Chieftains, and Alex Gardea. Another fourth down looming here for Schlagle. And again, signal on the punting unit. Clock stops 7 minutes, 58 seconds. Coach Bond walks over to the official and signals he wants to take his first timeout of the game. We have a little bit more time. Again, Chieftain Football tonight brought to you by Grounded Coffee House. Established in 2022, Grounded Coffee House serves great coffee with an even greater cause. To learn how you can help make a difference and to support, follow them on Facebook and check out their website, groundedcoffeehouse.Tonganoxie.org. Could use a little bit of a sweet treat.
Yeah.
Maybe a coffee now from
a little pick-me-up.
Coffee House. Again, this is starting to border on into the territory of just something that we have probably, I'm going to go on and say this is something that hasn't been done, at least in a very, very, very long time.
Yeah,
it's
not my recollection.
It could be something, I guess it could be a little bit more common now that you're having this playoff format where everybody qualifies. So you're kind of getting these 1 versus 16, 2 versus 15. Not all those matchups are created equally, as we're seeing. Lewisburg battling with Miege right now. They're tied at 14. That's a 2 and 15. But from a 5 and 12 matchup to be right now at one point where Tonganoxie is up 49-0 just in that first quarter, somewhere along the lines of most points ever scored in a single quarter. In playoff, high school playoff football history in Kansas, or just let alone Kansas high school football history. We'll have some good research to do prior to our matchup next week. Still hoping to find an update for Fort Scott and Coffeyville as we roll along here. Another drive coming up for Bodie Maslak and company. Just trying to find some protection out there. The past few drives have stalled out with Maslak kind of running around in the backfield for his life, trying to get a passing game going, see if they return to the ground game here. 2-by-1 set, two receivers near side for the Chieftains. Hand it off, trying to stretch it out on that left side. Not able to get far, again in the hands of Alex Stevens, but a penalty flag did come in, as we'll see who they called this one against. It could be the Chieftains or Schlagle. Indication is this is going to be against Tonganoxie. As they will start
in the
to retreat
vicinity
back.
of a hold.
Cheerleaders chanting they want a T-Town beatdown. Well, what do you call this? I think this is about as close as you can get to a T-Town beatdown.
I just saw Kel Dye come on the field. I think they're going to try and neutralize Xavier Ross a little bit.
First and 10 becomes first and 20 off the hold. Time for Maslak, now running out, rolls out to the right, heaves it down the field. Good arm for the freshman, but it's nearly intercepted. So still looking for that first completion on the night for Bodie Maslak. Nearly in the hands of Sincere Lewis. So he almost comes away with the turnover for Schlagle, but it falls incomplete. 2nd and 20 coming up. Another scoring update coming in here momentarily. 2nd and 20 for the Chieftains. Keep it on the ground. Stevens not able to get far. Another loss of 1 on the play for Tongi. 3rd and long upcoming. Of all people, one of our favorite sources, Big T, Al Troyer, texting in 22-3 at halftime, Fort Scott over Coffeyville. Thank you again, Coach, for the update. Thank you for listening along as well. Got to enjoy seeing his former team. Chieftains up big in this one, 49-6. Clock continuing to run. A little under 7 minutes to go until halftime. 3rd down and 21 for the Chieftains. Design run. Maslak had a window, hit it, wrapped up not too long after. And the punting unit will come on once again for Tonganoxie. Continue to play the field position game, see if Talent can get one to roll a little bit. Get the recovery team down there, pin Schlagle deep in their own territory. That's about just what he did inside the 15. That one rolls. It's not going to surprise me whenever here shortly soon that we're going to start seeing all league honors start rolling out. It would not surprise me if Talent is up there amongst first or second team as for a punter.
His net average is going to be really good.
It's one of those things at the high school level that you never really appreciate having a good punter.
It can be crucial when you're up against a really good team.
You never know what it's truly like until they're gone.
Yeah.
Until you just don't have one anymore in Talon. Definitely one of the better ones in 4A this year. Schlagle takes over 1st and 10 at their own 14. A pitch to the outside, puts it on the turf. Who gets on top of it? I believe the Stallions were there. So let's see what happens. Oh, Chieftains able to get there.
Chieftains have it.
Recovered by the Chieftains. Tonganoxie will take over 1st and 10.
I think that's 4 turnovers, I think, for the Stallions.
They will do muster up just a little bit of a fainted woo from the home crowd here. I think you said it best. Tongi almost playing their home crowd
Out of it.
out of this one tonight.
They're all sitting on their hands or watching their phones.
Right, checking out scores, the rest of the playoff action happening around Kansas and the Missouri side. As we know in the game that we're really keeping an eye on is Mazlak bobbles this one for a moment, collects, goes to the end zone, and Geiger on that back corner. Did he bring it in? He did.
You got a flag on the play.
They say incomplete. I wasn't sure if that was going to stay in bounds or not.
Yeah, defensive holding.
I'll move half the distance to the goal for the Chieftains. 5 minutes, 40 seconds in the second quarter, looking to crack 50 points, putting it into the end zone here, or even with a Cody Lobb field goal.
Yeah, I don't imagine they're going to do that.
I'm just saying.
I know. They're definitely in his range.
Stevens going from left now to right of Mazlak in the backfield, waiting for the snap. 2-by-1 set. Gardea going to be sent in motion. They hand it off to him, trying to follow his block, stretching out on the right side, and he gets into the end zone momentarily. It's a 6-yard touchdown run, but another flag is on the turf, so let's see. And it'll be a hold against the Chieftains. Fifth penalty tonight for Tonganoxie. That one wipes off 6 points.
Replay first down. Penalty against the Chieftains.
It will still be first down, but Alex Gardea nearly had his second touchdown of the game right there. Collected a 33-yard touchdown reception on the last pass of the game for Talon Langford before he was taken out of the game. His very first of the season. They send him in motion again. They hand it to him again. And he is brought down. Savion Ross having a day. At least in the second quarter. And it goes to prove just how hard it is to really keep him contained. One of the best players and one of the best athletes over on that Schlagle sideline. And he is a brute force on the inside.
He's really fast for as big as he is, too.
Snap called for again by Mazlak. Play action, throws over the middle.
Completed, I think.
Again, looking in the area of Gardea, and he did bring it in. Defender draped all over him was Lewis, but still able to bring that one in. Nice play. Bring it up third and manageable.
Yeah, Bodie put that one right on the numbers.
That's like pass complete. Bring it third down.
Third down, Mazlak trying to get it himself, stretching it out, and not going to get it wrapped up. Joseph Richardson driving him backward. Forward progress will stop him right about the, where they stop him, right around the 13-yard line, and here we go. On comes Cody Lobb in the field goal unit.
Yeah, you're right. I stand corrected.
You sit corrected right now.
Yes.
But again, I still like it. Send the freshman out there.
Yeah.
He's continuing to get more and more experience.
Build his confidence.
Field goals tries.
Let's see, what is this one? 30-yarder, looks like.
And just a little shy, about 29.
Yeah, it's closer to the 30 than 29.
We'll call it the 30 then. 30-yard field goal from Lobb on the way, and no good.
Pulled it left.
Kick is no good. Stallions take over 1st and 10.
So all of his field goals this year, if they've been 30 or more, he's 0 for 3. He missed last week from 30. He missed the potential game-winning field goal before going into overtime from 35 yards, and now this one from 30. Pushes it just a little bit left. Again, kudos getting him out there. Let him get a look at it, get a feel for it. Try to continue to practice those reps in practice. Back over to the Stallions and not getting far on that play. Able to track him down. Believe that was Geiger. And he's a little bit slow to get up.
Yeah, it looks like the defenders, it looks like the running back's heel came up and got him in the midsection. Yeah. That hurts.
That athletic trainer Mark Padfield right there going to help him, bring him over to his sideline, give him a little bit of a breather. One of the few seniors that's still out there for the Chieftains, continuing to play on in this blowout. 49-6, Chieftains in control, looking to move on to the second round of the postseason, back-to-back seasons under third-year head coach Preston Schroyer.
Coach Schroyer's done a good job with this team this year. Somebody's offsides. Yeah, I think it's going to be a false start on number 1.
Officials talk about it, see who moved, who came across. Schlagle is backing up. False start going to be called on them. Yeah, I think, and especially you talk about how great of a coaching job he has done this year, and considering that they started the year 0-2 and they dropped crucial games to what ended up being the Frontier League runner-up in Lewisburg and the league champions in Spring Hill in back-to-back weeks, and
he's kept them sharp though.
Roll out by Dyer, getting close to that end zone, still able to stay out of it, but he throws an interception. Did he step out of bounds? He did, I believe. Jack Reichman, number 42, is the one that brought it in. And just a few inches away from a potential pick 6. So you go from, looked like borderline maybe having a safety there, and instead it ends in an interception. And it is Reichman they credit with the interception. Freshman all over the place, making plays for the Chieftains in the second quarter. Prime starting field position, goal to go at the Schlagle 9-yard line. Now we'll see Tucker McGuire making his way back in to the huddle. Talon Langford and company, they're back out there. So they are serious of wanting to try to put this one in. Starting offense, back out, hand off. Tanner Hand takes it inside the 5, churn and along. What are we thinking of this, partner?
Must want to get to that half-century mark before the half. It's the only thing I can think of.
Takes that one for 6. Couple of substitutions were coming on for the Stallions, but they'll peel back and get off the field. All to go at the 3. Tanner, he touchdown, runs into a man, bowls him over.
He just ran over the defender. Maybe just a quick reminder for the Stallions that don't get too cocky.
Again, defense turning into offense for the Chieftains. The interception, Jack Reichman, and it ends 2 plays later, a 3-yard rushing touchdown by Tanner Hand. Right back into the game.
Nice job.
Second rushing touchdown tonight for him. Extra point is good. It's been a while since we've seen the Chieftains get into the end zone. They do it again here, first time in the second quarter. First score in the second quarter. Still 56-6. Not too often you see at this point in the game a 50-point lead, especially in the postseason, you would think. That is almost an absurd number, as Before long here, we're going to have the White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show coming up here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Well, we're going to break down as much as we can here really in this first half. It's been a whole lot of Chieftains, and that has been the main story. Everything just about going right for Tonganoxie. Everything that they wanted, and they're up by 50, and they're going to be on their way to the second round next Friday. It's just a matter of where it will be as of right now. Again, from the last scoring update that we were given between Fort Scott and Coffeyville, it was the Tigers up big in that one at halftime. So if things were to stay the same over there as they do here, it would currently be a Fort Scott hosting the Tonganoxie Chieftains next Friday. Another drive south in the second round of the postseason potentially for you and me. Last year it was at Chanute. Fortunately, Fort Scott a little bit closer. It should be a great game, 4 and 5 matchup, potentially on the line next week. Kickoff return here for the Stallions, zigging and zagging his way through, making men miss, eventually brought down, but not before he's able to cross the 40-yard line. Nice return here for Schlagle. Have a minute and a half to work with, only 1 timeout remaining, and 2 timeouts remaining for Tonganoxie. So here we go, 2 in the backfield. Under center, pitch to Johnson, not getting very far. Art Geiger, good to see him back in the game. Able to trip him up and finishing it off.
Short loss will bring up second down and 11.
Joel Murray, number 25, for the Chieftains, able to wrap up that play. Clock continuing to run, getting close to a minute left and counting until halftime. You can definitely tell from the body language of the Schlagle players coming out of the huddle that they want to be anywhere else right now in this game. Currently down 50 as Dyer flips this one in the air. Jason Byrne under it, and he breaks it in for the interception. Another takeaway for the Chieftains. First interception of the season for Jason Byrne. Senior out there making plays, and he gives his offense, again, a little bit more time. 44 seconds, not a whole lot of time burned off that clock by Schlagle. Let's see what the Chieftains, we saw the starting offense back out there on the last scoring drive. They're going to keep them on the field right now, as we'll go back to the majority of the backups or the JV offense.
Yeah, you don't want to get anybody hurt in this kind of game.
So I always like to say you never want a Booby Miles incident. Stallions showing pressure up the middle to bring a little bit. Stevens trying to run, able to shake off one defender, is brought down. Defender came in just about a half second after the whistle, but no flags are thrown. Another Stallion, a little slow to get up. Appears to be okay. He's going to stay into the game. Chieftains will just take that into the halftime locker room. About as dominant of a first half, let alone a first quarter, what you can ask for Tonganoxie. Your score, Chieftains 56, Stallions 6. Nothing like the old 50-point halftime lead. As both teams go into the locker room, we'll have some stats and breakdown of this first half. All that and more coming up, along with scoring updates, rest of the playoff games happening around the area. All that and more coming up. White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show on your home of the Chieftains, Tonganoxie Sports Live.
For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Tonganoxie is the ideal location to start a business. That's why the Tonganoxie Business Association has strived towards a common goal of adding value to businesses and the community since 2015. They assist in providing improved services for customers and visitors, encouraging and enhancing businesses, and preserving historical and cultural assets. Follow them on Instagram for the latest and upcoming event information and become a member today by visiting their website, TonganoxieBusinessAssociation.com. Proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics.
The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission is committed to creating community through parks, people, and programs. And now, with their all-new activity center, the Tonganoxie Rec Commission can do even more. Tongi Rec understands the benefits reaped through recreation are endless. Tongi Rec has a long list of classes, activities, and programs for the young and young at heart. For program pricing and schedules, call 913-845-3502. Visit them at the all-new activity center at the Tonganoxie High West campus or go to tongirec.org.
Family owned and operated, Wizard of Paws is a fifth-generation business located in the heart of downtown Tonganoxie. The professionally trained staff takes pride in making every dog and cat look its best, whether it be to breed-specific trim or an adorable, cute pet trim. Plus, their facility offers amenities in space that are doggone amazing. Call Wizard of Paws to make your appointment at 913-416-0255 or visit them at 406 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at wizardofpawstongi.com.
Hello, Four States. This is Jay Hatfield with the Jay Hatfield Auto Group. We've been serving the Four States area for over 29 years, and we now have 6 locations which offer Chevrolet, GMC, Ford, and Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Each of our locations is operated by a Jay Hatfield family member or managing partner. At Jay Hatfield, we're here to earn your business and trust. We have approximately 300 pre-owned and 300 new vehicles in stock or on their way, and we're making deals. Come see us at Jay Hatfield location today and let us make you part of the Jay Hatfield family.
Are you ready for a mouth-watering journey down memory lane? Introducing Flashbacks. Start your day off right with our fluffy pancakes, omelets, or a cinnamon roll. For lunch, sink your teeth into our juicy made-to-order burgers, Philly cheese, and more. Flashbacks' friendly staff and welcoming atmosphere make every visit a delight, and their menu is filled with comfort food that will give you those warm, delicious flashbacks. Visit them today in downtown Tonganoxie, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
Right back here, Beatty Field, 2024 postseason beginning tonight here on Tonganoxie Sports Live as we now make our way into the White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show. White Birch Properties and their team are ready to help lead you to success in the real estate game. Visit them at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-417-1007. Dylan Funk here will be rejoined by Dennis Drennan here in just a few moments. And yeah, in case you're just now joining us, it is a 56-6 ball game, a 50-point lead at halftime for Tonganoxie. 49 of those points came in the first quarter. In fact, all of the scoring outside of the second touchdown in that the game for Tanner Hand, a 3-yard touchdown that put the Chieftains over the half-century mark on the night, all came in the first quarter. It was a point 49-6. That was the end of the first quarter score. Just absolutely unreal. I know we've been fielding texts all night of people sending in scores of high school football games in the past, and I know we've asked of, is this the record, or this has to be somewhere to a record as far as many points in a single quarter? Quite possibly. What I have learned, however, is there has been plenty of high-scoring football games in Kansas high school football history. So, again, everyone, you can keep sending those in. I love seeing them. There's scores that are up in the 80s. I saw one that was maybe in the 90s. I don't know if we're going to get there tonight, but we're settled in right now, 56-6. Chieftains well in control, and they're going to be on their way to potentially Fort Scott next week. That is where things are looking right now. The Tigers were up by a couple of scores at halftime in their games, so we'll see they continue on with that. Just kind of taking a look around other scoring updates of games happening around. Let's take a little peek at what's happening up in 5A right now. Again, we are revisiting some of our around the bracket matchups that were brought to you earlier by Wizard of Paws. We start up in 5A, a close one between Blue Valley North and DeSoto. That one currently tied at 13. Leavenworth taking care of Washington 42-0. St. James Academy, we were in 4A a year ago, now up in 5A handling the Blue Valley Tigers 20-7. Basel Linwood Bobcats just up the highway from us, about 8 miles or so. 3 seed in 5A from 4A a year ago. They lead 14-3 over the Blue Valley Southwest Timberwolves. The Timberwolves just a year off of making the sub-state championship game and taking the eventual state champions in 5A juggernaut Mill Valley Jaguars down to the wire. It was one of the games of the year last year. Timberwolves on the ropes now, 14-3 against Basel Linwood. Speaking of Mill Valley, they are up big, 63-0. They have us beat here right now against the Harmon Hawks. So Mill Valley's going to be on their way to a win where it looks like they'll take on the Spring Hill Broncos as they are up big, 35-7 against the Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds. That game taking place over in Spring Hill. So number 4 seed Mill Valley versus 5 seeded Spring Hill. That looks like that's going to be the matchup next week at Mill Valley. Rounded up, you have Pittsburgh leading Highland Park 49-18, and Turner currently behind St. Thomas Aquinas 14-6. Maybe a score not a whole lot of people expected. Now, again, some of these scores, they could be a little bit behind, but we'll wait and see. Meanwhile, for this one, they still have Bishop Miege and Lewisburg tied at 14 apiece. We're going to go to YouTube. There's a couple of channels we've been checking out. Chanute and Paola, Blue Comets ahead in that one, 28-7. As we make our way over to Varsity Sports Live, let's check it out here. Yes, we still have a 14-14 ball game between the Wildcats and the Stags. So that right now, again, your 2 seed in Lewisburg, one of the best teams in 4A the entire year. They lose their first regular season game, well, in over a year, to a league opponent for the first time in 3 years, almost to the day. They lose the 1 seed. They drop down to the 2 seed. Atchison leapfrogged them. They're the 1 seed now. They're up taking care of Bonner Springs, but in a tough battle with the Wildcats and the Stags tied at 14 apiece.
That's just an unfortunate draw for Lewisburg.
Yeah, but I mean, they're going out there and they're making a ball game out of it, so it's always a good thing to see. And then back over on Eudora Sports Live, the Cardinals taking on the Lansing Lions. Lansing in that one is up 25-6. They are in the third quarter, just under 10 minutes to play in the third quarter. So we'll see how that score continues to hold out. Like I said, Spring Hill up big against Shawnee Heights. Baldwin on the road at Wellsville. That's the 3A bracket. But Wellsville, the top seed. Baldwin, the bottom seed. They are currently behind in that one against the Wellsville Eagles. And obviously we got the Chieftains here up 56-6. So now that you're back, I'm going to turn it over to you here. What are your thoughts and your key takeaways from that massive first half, especially in that first quarter where it ended in a 49-6 score?
Well, you're happy that we're seeing a lot of the starters coming out of the game, so you don't have any unnecessary injuries going into next week, because they're going to need everybody next week. But we expected the Chieftains to be able to roll, but we really didn't have any idea that it would be this bad. So I'm a little bit shocked that they were able to put up 55 points in the first half. So that's unheard of.
Yeah, nobody saw this coming tonight, and multiple people that we have talked to have said that they have never seen a performance like this ever. And at this level, college level, it does not matter. You do not see in one quarter of football
49 points.
49 points for one team and a 49-6 score. You're up by 50 going into halftime. It is just unreal what the Chieftains have been able to do tonight. We're going to break it down and more coming up. You're watching the White Birch Property Realty Executives Halftime Show on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Make the landscape of your dreams a reality with a stop at Oak Creek Nursery and Landscape. Just 15 minutes outside of Tonganoxie, come explore their full nursery of plants, trees, shrubs, annuals, and perennials. Learn from their certified specialists about proper seeding, watering, planting, lawn treatment, and so much more. Visit their website to enroll in classes, preview upcoming events, and request an estimate for your next project. Or give them a call at 913-351-5296. Oak Creek Nursery and Landscape, your one-stop shop for outdoor living.
Ridge Med Spa in Tonganoxie is more than a destination. It's an experience designed to redefine radiance and inspire success. Dr. Mark Peterson and Laura Snow facilitate and encourage both providers and clients to live life to the fullest by investing in themselves. Their new space offers services for medical weight loss, IV nutrition, laser hair removal, laser skin rejuvenation, hydrofacials, and Botox. Visit ridgemedspa.com to book your appointment today in Tonganoxie. Illuminate your beauty.
The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain game day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com. Has your furnace left you out in the cold? Pipes plugged? Are you underwater with your water heater? If so, you'll be glad you called Ladd. Ladd Service Company in Tonganoxie has been your heating, cooling, and plumbing specialist since 1986. Ladd is your dealer for top quality brands like York, Aprilaire, and Wolverine Brass. Plus, they maintain and service all other brands. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-369-3509. Visit laddserviceco.com to see why you'll be glad you called Ladd. Midwest Chiropractic Center is a friendly and caring clinic providing comprehensive care for your chiropractic, rehabilitative, and fitness needs. Upon entering one of our offices, you are treated like family. The staff cares about your health, and their approach to care proves it. With 3 locations in Tonganoxie, Lansing, and Bonner Springs, plus some Saturday hours, Midwest Chiropractic Center is dedicated to offering affordable, gentle chiropractic care. Midwest Chiropractic Center, getting you back to active. For more than 15 years, Lynch Real Estate has been a leader in the KC Metro.
Hi, I'm Dan Lynch with Lynch Real Estate, inviting you to come let us prove to you why Lynch Real Estate is a name you can always trust.
Dan and his team have built a reputation for unparalleled customer service and satisfaction by building lasting relationships. Learn more about Lynch Real Estate at lynchresidential.com or give them a call at 913-369-3000.
Whether you're a first-time buyer or a high-end seller, I'm here to make it happen.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to SNS Auto and Body Shop in Tonganoxie. SNS has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and so much more. And they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game and learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
When it comes to rehabilitation, despite what you're told, you can choose where you want to go. Physical Therapy Solutions in Tonganoxie is independently owned, allowing them to work with all doctors and your insurance to ensure a smooth transition, especially from a knee or hip replacement. Choose from one of their highly qualified physical therapists for an individualized plan of care to achieve long-term health benefits. Contact Physical Therapy Solutions today and let them help you. Go to ptsolutionsks.com for more information.
Back in Tonganoxie Sports Live and the White Birch Property Realty Executives Halftime Show. Dylan Funk alongside Dennis Drennan here with you. And I'll tell you, it has been a good game if you're a Chieftain fan. It has been a dreadful game if you are a Schlagle fan. There's really just about no other way to put it.
Yeah, no question.
Tongi 50-point lead at halftime, 56-6, as final seconds are ticking down here. Still waiting for Schlagle to come out of the halftime locker room. So we'll just waiting on them to get this one started. You see the Chieftains out there starting to get their warm-ups in. And, I mean, I would be surprised if we see a single starter outside of Cody Lobb and maybe Talon Langford for punting duties to come on in the second half. Outside of that, we did just get word that this will be a straight running clock for the second half. So we're going to be in and out of here in about 26 minutes or so, 26 seconds. That'd be a little too fast. But, again, the second half, again, we're going to, we'll keep bringing the game here. We're going to keep it going, and we're also just going to keep our eyes on the rest of the games that are happening around us. The close one in 4A right now is really the 2-15 matchup between Lewisburg and Bishop Miege. Miege back on top by 7, 21-14. And it looks like it might be getting a little bit worse here as we are getting late into that game. Miege up by 7. They just got a turnover on defense. How they take over near the Wildcat 10-yard line. So it looks like they're about to punch it in, maybe go up by 2 scores. Again, we'll just keep an eye on that one, but that would be a big loss as now Miege will go down inside the 5-yard line. We're not going to Kevin Harlan. We're not going to call both games. We're going to call this one here. But that would be big. See the 2 seed already bound out of the of the tournament, of the bracket already here in week 1. But one thing we do know for sure is Tongi will be moving on to the second round. Again, all signs are pointing towards they're going to go south, get on 69 Highway again. They're going to get off at the Fort Scott exit. They'll take on the Tigers, 4-seeded Fort Scott versus 5-seeded Tonganoxie. That appears to be what the matchup is going to be next week.
Should be a much better matchup than tonight.
I would think so. And that's something, again, with this Week 9 format. You ask a lot of people, and they like that everybody gets in, everybody qualifies for the postseason, but it is also, do you have that crowd that says almost, what is the point of these Week 9 games? Or maybe you could do it to where it's like the top maybe 4 or 5 seed, you work in like a bye system.
Yeah.
Because you can still have like these 7, 10s, 8, 9, like they can still, you can have those be like play-in games to say, all right, who goes on maybe to play the top 2 seeds or something along those lines, which me personally, I would be a fan of that. I think that would be really cool.
I do think it's nice, though, that everybody gets a chance because, I can remember back, of course, it was ancient times, back in the 60s and 70s when I played, that you had to win your league to even get an invite into the playoffs. So,
right. That's why I said there's a good and a good to it, and I think I'm right there with you too. That and even in my final few years of high school football, it was still hard to get in to the postseason, and then this is still it's a good opportunity to get people out here, get that exposure, get that time. Even though it still kind of shakes out to where who should win, they do end up winning, taking care of business.
Yeah, not too many upsets in Week 9.
Not too many. Now, we start getting into next week's action. That is usually where you will start to see stuff start to spring up. So again, so a quick update here. Again, I'm keeping a close eye on this one. So Lewisburg, we just said, turned the ball over. Miege in the red zone inside the 10. They get held to a field goal and something goes awry, so Lewisburg gets a stop, still down by 7. They're getting the ball back deep in their own territory, but still a chance in that one. As it looks like, I believe they are in the 4th quarter. I hope no one was hurt in that accident.
That didn't sound good.
One of the coaches making their way back up to the kind of crow's nest, the podium they have up here at Beatty Field. For those that have been to a Tongi high school football game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So both teams getting back on the field as we got 24 minutes of football coming up here, 26 total, including the break between the 3rd and 4th quarters. We're going to the post-game show. We'll wait for Preston Troyer to make his way up here and ask him a couple of questions about the performance tonight. Looking forward to the matchup next week, all that and more coming up here on Tonganoxie Sports Live as Lobb has it teed up at the 40-yard line, ready to boot this one away. Lewis getting ready back on the return along with Tyrone Jones for Schlagle. Another little pooch. We've seen the Chieftains get a couple of turnovers this way, and this one came pretty close, but Stallions able to get on top of it. There was one that kind of dove out for it, and I think he lost it and kind of slid forward a little bit, squirted that ball loose, but Schlagle still able to get on top of it. Winning the coin toss back in the first half, deferring their option to the second half. So here comes the offense for Schlagle. Outside of the one scoring drive, it was just on 2 plays, a couple of back-to-back completions from the quarterback Dyer. He had hit it for 28 yards to Lewis, and then a 30-yard touchdown pass to Diamond. Outside of that, it has not been very fruitful for this Stallion offense. Snap is back to Dyer, looking to pass, gives it out quick to Lewis, snags it with one hand, goes on the run. The Chieftains able to wrap him up. It's going to be a 1-yard loss when it's all said and done. So style points were able to bring that pass in a little bit offline from Dyer, but Lewis tried to make something out of it, but just will have to settle for the 1-yard loss. 2nd and long coming up. Two receivers near side for Schlagle. Dyer to pass again, has some time, closing in, get back for the sack, bringing him down for the Chieftains.
Good hustle play.
That's Jackson Dominic, number 76, junior defensive lineman.
Big sack.
Yes.
Brings up 3rd and 21.
Like we mentioned, running clock will be on for the entirety of the second half, regardless. Barring, I believe, if there is any injury timeouts or anything, they do stop it for that. But outside of that, they let it roll on. 3rd down and 21 here for Schlagle. Dyer's is going to heave it down the field, looking for a man. Stevens trying to backpedal on it, almost able to bring in an interception. Trying to throw it down the field for Ronnie Bush. And it goes incomplete. And now 4th down and 21. Schlagle will bring on the punt unit once again. Over on 3rd downs in the evening for Schlagle.
They haven't converted a single 3rd down.
Not yet.
Even on their scoring drive. Schlagle didn't have enough men on the field. Down to 3 seconds. They're going to have to get it off.
Just get it off. High booming kick, and nobody back for the Chieftains. Takes a bounce at the 49, goes into Tonganoxie territory, takes a roll right at the 45, just past the 45-yard line. And Dave, for the starting offense, it is over. It has been over, with the exception of that last touchdown drive for Tongi. It came off an interception from Jack Reichman for Tonganoxie, and they said it goal to go at the 9-yard line. They sent the starters out there, and I believe, now that we know, they sent them back out there to get above the threshold for what they needed to get the running clock on. So there was a method to the madness of Preston Troy, and I think rightfully so.
No question.
Alex Stevens, solid run here. Takes it good for about 7 yards on the first down carry.
7-yard gain on the play, bringing 2nd down and 3.
And 4 carries, 78 yards, and 2 touchdowns in that first half, including that season-long 62-yard rushing touchdown where he just went through the offensive line and hit a hole, and he was untouched the entire way, and he showed off that sprinter speed.
He sure did. Showed off some of that 4x100.
It's wrapped up in the backfield this time, handful of jersey. Couple of Stallions in the area to bring him down.
Loss there. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
There's been 1 completion so far for Bodie Maslak. Hasn't been the best throwing through the air. See if they'll do it here. Call it Third down and 7 off the tackle for loss.
Somebody needs to pick up Xavier Ross.
Bodie keeps it himself up the middle. And close enough if you want to entertain the idea of going for it. You can. Just about 2 yards short. 5-yard carry from Maslak brings up 4th and 2.
Why not? I really like these freshmen getting this varsity experience. That's going to pay off in years to come.
Yeah, just any underclassmen.
Oh, yeah.
You can get in there.
Yeah, not just freshmen.
But anyway, we've seen freshmen on both sides of the ball for Tongi.
Yes, we have.
Getting it done as Maslak will stretch it out, and it looks like he's got
close.
enough for the first down. And, I mean, he needed to, and he got just about that and just maybe a half-inch more. Still enough for a first down. First 4th down conversion of the night coming via the Bodie Maslak run.
Yeah, we've seen him. He has no fear, that's for sure.
Yeah, they don't give the height and weights on the roster. It's easy to tell. He's a little bit undersized. Still a freshman.
Well,
but
they'll get him in that weight room and put some meat on him.
you can tell he definitely has a skill when it comes to just running the football.
He does, yeah.
But you think if you want to kind of look into the crystal balls, if you can imagine of having a backfield next year potentially, a Bodie Maslak by then would be an experienced sophomore, getting experience at the varsity level, paired with the senior Brady Martin, followed in by Blake Riedel. I'm sure is going to have a chance at the starting job next year too. I mean, that backfield's going to be looking pretty dangerous for the Chieftains. And what is predominantly it's been, you never have to really truly worry about a Tongi quarterback really being a big rushing threat outside of recently with Talon Lakeford. I think now for defenses next year, you're really going to have to worry about taking care of both the running back and the quarterback of being true top rushing threats.
You got a Holthouse coming back too, and he's been a beast on defense.
And all the experienced underclassmen in between, too, to fill in some of those holes on both sides.
Yeah, Chieftains burning a little clock here.
They're down at 11. Gardea in motion. Give it to him along that left side, trying to cut it back up. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage, trying to stretch that ball out to the 40. Marking just a little bit short, say the knee was down. Another 4th down, and no indication of the punting team. Might as well, let's go for it.
Yeah.
4th down and 5. Chieftains converted one earlier, about 4th and 2. Looking to do it again here. On the sideline, waiting for the play call from Preston Troyer. Now comes to the line set, just under 20 seconds on the play clock. Plenty of time. Under 3.5 to go in this third quarter. Maslak going to go through the air. Hit as he throws it.
Well, he stood in there, though.
One.
He took a lick.
Aaron Johnson, number 24, is the one that got back there.
The man stood in there, though. It looked like he might have hit his hand on a helmet.
Yeah, you see him kind of shaking that right hand, trying to maybe get some feeling back in it. Kudos to the young freshman, though, staying in there.
He stood right in the
And did you see, I mean, how far that ball went, too?
He's got an arm on him.
This could be a very bright, exciting future for Bodie Maslak as he continues on in his high school career.
We said he showed no fear. He stood right there in the pocket and delivered the ball and took a licking.
Initially, Cale Dye coming on the field and gets brought back over to the sideline. Says, oh, not so fast. First and 10 on the turnover on downs. Airing it out down the field is Dyer. Swatted away by Gardea. Incomplete.
Nice defense there by Alex Gardea.
What a nice game he's been able to put together.
Yeah, he's had a good night. Timed that perfectly.
Had the receiving touchdown on offense. Nearly had 2. He had one taken away on a jet sweep handoff.
Yeah.
From a holding penalty. Pass breakup added on there. He's had a shot at an interception, too.
Mm-hmm.
And the first ever matchup between the Chieftains and the Stallions. Looks like it's going to go in the way of Tonga as a throw is made over the middle, wrapped up, and brought down. First one there, Baron Dorn, number 18.
We'll bring up about 3rd and 5.
Remember Baron Dorn as a sophomore just this past May up in Salina, part of the state baseball team that played in that first round game against Rock Creek.
Mm-hmm.
Got his head coach currently, Mitch Loomis, doing PA right now for us. Schlagle will go ahead and take a timeout here. Minute 13 seconds remaining in the third. We'll go ahead and take it with them. We'll be back after this quick break on Tonga Sports Live.
The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission is committed to creating community through parks, people, and programs. And now, with their all-new activity center, the Tonganoxie Rec Commission can do even more. Tongi Rec understands the benefits reaped through recreation are endless. Tongi Rec has a long list of classes, activities, and programs for the young and young at heart. For program pricing and schedules, call 913-845-3502. Visit them at the all-new activity center at the Tonganoxie High West campus or go to tongirec.org.
Tonganoxie is the ideal location to start a business. That's why the Tonganoxie Business Association has strived towards a common goal of adding value to businesses and the community since 2015. They assist in providing improved services for customers and visitors, encouraging and enhancing businesses, and preserving historical and cultural assets.
Coming out of the timeout break there. Cut off short. Another throw over the middle. Another one that goes awry and incomplete. A couple of Chieftains able to get a fingertip on it. And just another quick scoring update. The game we can keep an eye on. It's now in the fourth quarter in Lewisburg. Bishop Miege still a 7-point lead, 21-14, with the football at their own 42-yard line as they're continuing to drive on down the field. Got other scoring updates coming in as well.
Big 4th down here. See if Schlagle can pick up a 4th down. Convert it.
Pitch here. Lewis trying to cut back, trying to get away from one, gets away from another and another, trying to turn on the Jets, gets near the line of scrimmage and taken out of bounds. And on 4th down, he's not going to pick it up. E for effort nonetheless, and the Schlagle Stallions will turn it over on downs. Clock will continue to run.
Yeah, we're coming up on the 4th quarter for this next
They
down.
will come over to the sideline. 4s are up here in Tonganoxie. 3 down, 1 to go from Beatty Field. Chieftains 12 minutes away from moving on to the regional round of the 2024 Acacia State Football 4A playoff bracket.
Does your roof have possible storm damage? Looking to get solar panels? Or is it just simply time to get it inspected? That's where Balmer Roofing and Solar come into play. Balmer Roofing has a combined 40 years of experience with JAF Master Elite and Emerald Pro contractors. The Balmer family and their team are ready to give your house a brand new roof or solar panels at an affordable cost with a 50-year warranty. Life has mishaps and they want nothing but your customer satisfaction. Let them prove why so many of your neighbors choose Balmer for their roofing projects. To schedule a free inspection, call 913-845-5252 or visit them online at balmerroofing.com.
Ridge Med Spa in Tonganoxie is more than a destination. It's an experience designed to redefine radiance and inspire success. Dr. Mark Peterson and Laura Snow facilitate and encourage both providers and clients to live life to the fullest by investing in themselves. Their new space offers services for medical weight loss, IV nutrition, laser hair removal, laser skin rejuvenation, hydrofacials, and Botox. Visit ridgemedspa.com to start of the 4th quarter. Throw down the line for Mazak. Puts it in the hands of Mark Geiger. Able to follow his blockers. Gets tripped up right near the Schlagle 40-yard line. Another one up in Lansing. You saw the Lions had a nice early lead early on in that game. They head to the 4th quarter. It's a close one. Eudora 19, Lansing 25. So it could be in for an exciting finish there between the Cardinals and the Lions. Lansing with the football right now, right near midfield. They just went into the 4th quarter in that game. Just arrived to the 4th quarter here in this game. Be wrapping it up here in about the next 11 and a half minutes, give or take. Chieftains with the football, 2nd and 3 on that completion down the line. Maslak to Geiger. Now they're going to try it to the near side. Geiger right at the sticks. And he gets the yardage that they need as he picks up another Tonganoxie first down. Just plenty of content of taking their time, chewing up as much clock as they can, and bringing this game to an end. A lot of players on the Tongi sideline with their helmets off, chatting with each other, the coaching staff, well pleased with the performance tonight, and knowing they get the pleasure of playing another playoff football game this time next week. Our special thing about this time of year, man, you just never know.
Right.
Win or go home. Off the delay, and Schlagle, they were ready for it in a hurry.
A little bit of a low snap there.
And another Stallion a little slow to get up in the backfield after making the tackle for loss on Alex Stevens, and they will stop the clock here and come out and tend to him. Hope he's okay. We step aside here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Tonganoxie is the ideal location to start a business. That's why the Tonganoxie Business Association has strived towards a common goal of adding value to businesses and the community since 2015. They assist in providing improved services for customers and visitors, encouraging and enhancing businesses, and preserving historical and cultural assets. Follow them on Instagram for the latest and upcoming event information, and become a member today by visiting their website, TonganoxieBusinessAssociation.com. Proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics.
Long play here, clock continuing to run. Chieftains snap the ball, play action, throw near the middle, caught, brought in,
touchdown.
And plenty of open space. Touchdown, Tonganoxie, and a touchdown for Kipton Harder, freshman to freshman, as he brings it in from Maslak from 40 yards out.
You gotta love that. Bodie put that one right on the numbers.
If 50 wasn't enough, let's go over 60. 62 points. Pending potential extra point here for Cody Lau, making it 63. It's snap and hold. Dawned away. Splits the uprights.
Going to be a lot of counting down in that locker room tonight.
It is. It's going to be a lot of counting down tonight. There's going to be a lot of Snicker bars in locker rooms in the lockers on Monday, for sure. Part of it probably just trying to get that Halloween candy out for Coach Bond, but he has had plenty to be happy about from a lot of his players tonight. Not a whole, I mean, really, from a whole as the Chieftains, there's not a whole lot. You can grasp at straws, of course. No coach is ever going to say, yeah, we came out and played a perfect game tonight. That's just not how it works. But
well, they did have one muffed punt that the Chieftains were able to get onto, and one fumble in the end zone that the Chieftains were able to cover that. But other than that, it's been all Chieftains. Man, we like we talked about, partner. We really expected the Chieftains to win pretty easily, but not this easily.
Yeah, it's been quite jarring, I think, is kind of the right. Even when you're at a point when the home crowd, like, and you said it so perfectly, when you play your own home crowd out of a football game, that tells you all you need to know. It's been a good way. Don't get me wrong. I'd rather be on the winning side of a 63-6 ball game, but what a performance tonight by the Chieftains. Lewis trying to set up a good return here for Schlagle, breaking a couple of tackles, takes it right near the 40-yard line. And got a close one in Eudora. One-score game in Lewisburg between the Wildcats and the Bishop Miege Stags. 21-14, Miege on top over there. Other games continuing along here. Chanut's going to win against Paola. And Fort Scott, 36-3 is the score against Coffeyville. So I think it is pretty safe to say
we're going to Fort Scott.
We're going to be going to Fort Scott a week from now. what a game that will be. Yeah. It's the Chieftains and the Tigers.
Much better matchup. 4 against 5, you say?
4 against 5.
Yeah.
Chieftains following the same path that they did a year ago. Host the 12 seed. Take care of business here at home. They'll travel south, take on the 4 seed, and from there we'll see what happens. One thing we know for sure in this postseason era where it's a lot of uncertainty week by week, one thing we do know is that this team is going to move on and play another week of high school football. High school football.
There's no question that these Chieftains are a tough 5 seed.
Another pass here from Dyer. He's going to air it up, getting a head around, but still able to bring it in. Nice catch by Ronnie Bush. Landon Ruff, sophomore defensive back in coverage.
Good game. Just not quite tall enough there.
You got Spring Hill blowing out Shawnee Heights right now. Another, just keeping up scores within the Frontier League. You just want to talk about with Atchison, Bonner Springs. Now we have a score 55-6 Atchison, so the 1 seed's going to be moving on. Dyer again, another pass and another completion. They'll take it and fresh set of downs picked up here for the Stallions. You want to talk about how tough it is in 4A. When you have a team like in the middle of the pack, when Lansing and Eudora, that's your 8 and 9 numbers right there. I mean, it's
a tough league.
It is. It really is.
But, that seasons those participants for the postseason, as we're seeing.
Has them set up and ready to go. Coming towards 5 minutes left to play in the game. Schlagle looking to get into the end zone for the second time tonight. Dyer to pass, shot to the end zone. A couple of Chieftains in the area trying to high point it, bobbled it. It goes incomplete, but a penalty flag does come in.
Yeah, I think it's pass interference.
Again, looking for the big body presence of Ronnie Bush. Looking for the official ruling here.
They pick it up. Second down.
Yeah, second and 10. So yes. Second and 10 here for Schlagle off the incompletion in the end zone for Bush. Dyer near the middle, looking for a man over his head. Incomplete, tight cover, looking for Evans Diamond.
Incompletion, bring up third down.
Another chance for Dyer. Another pass. Nobody home.
Somebody might have gotten a hand on that.
Now 4th and 10 again. No indication. Keeping the team out there. And they go for it. Here are the Stallions. And what could be their final offensive play of the night.
Yeah, they're ready to get out of here, too.
I think if you would have asked them after the first quarter,
yeah,
they might have. Well, not the end to the season that anybody ever imagined, especially for the
game. Oh, they took the time.
Yeah. I'll just leave them with one remaining. Here for the remainder of the second half. Clock stopped 2 minutes and 10 seconds. And coming up here pretty quickly on the Brothers Market post-game show, where we await to welcome up head coach Preston Troyer into the press box with us, recap this game here tonight, and we will start to look ahead to the game next week in the regional round between Tonganoxie and Fort Scott. Your 4 and 5 matchup in the 4A east part of the bracket. Should be a great one next week in Fort Scott. Hope you all can join us right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Yeah, one thing you really got to give a lot of credit to Coach T and his staff for not having this Chieftain team look past Schlagle to the next week. Yeah, one game at a time. He's really done a great job of that all year.
It's something regular season, postseason, doesn't matter. You cannot afford to come in and overlook, underestimate any opponent. I know the saying, they always say it's any given Sunday, but it can be any given Friday just as easily, too.
Sure.
4th and 10 play here. Could be the final play on offense for the Stallions as it takes a shot to the end zone. Way out of place for Lewis as it goes incomplete. Clock will continue to run. Chieftains will just probably knee it out a couple of times, and that will do it here this evening.
63-6, 69 points scored. If you'd have taken the over with 68 points, you'd have won.
Yeah. Would have gotten it done tonight. You're absolutely right about that. Just trying to get it down as far as they can. Wrap this one up. Those points scored in a postseason game for the Chieftains, well, you don't have to go back too far. It was last year. Who can forget 57-50 on the road at Atchison in the sectional championship game.
Well, that was a fun game to call.
That was a fun game.
Not a lot of defense in that game.
The first time the Chieftains have scored 60 or more points in a game since the week 1 matchup at Baser Linwood in 2020, where the Chieftains won that one 62-28.
Wow.
They're going to win this one tonight 63-6. One final play, and that will do it. There'll be a handoff, weaving his way through, and eventually knocked down. And that does it off the carry from Rowdy Starcher. In a game that was over halfway through the first quarter. Zeros finally on the clock. Your score, Chieftains 63, Schlagle Stallions 6. Quite a ball game tonight. What a performance by the Chieftains. We now make our way into the Brothers Market post-game show. You can check out the weekly ads and specials in-store or online at shopbrothersmarket.com, where they treat you like family. And how about the fireworks going off?
Fireworks.
I was hoping there would be more.
Yeah, me too.
In a game that, well, saw plenty of fireworks from the Chieftain starters today. I mean, there was a point where they went 7 drives, 7 touchdowns, and by then that was all that Coach Troyer needed to see as he started to take his starters out of the ball game. And everybody else is basically down to the JV offense when it was all said and done at the very end as they handle business tonight. We'll step aside here for a moment. Preston Troyer should be over on the other side here as we await his arrival on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com. First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tonganoxie? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com. For more than 15 years, Lynch Real Estate has been a leader in the KC Metro.
Hi, I'm Dan Lynch with Lynch Real Estate, inviting you to come let us prove to you why Lynch Real Estate is a name you can always trust.
Dan and his team have built a reputation for unparalleled customer service and satisfaction by building lasting relationships. Learn more about Lynch Real Estate at lynchresidential.com or give them a call at 913-369-3000.
Whether you're a first-time buyer or a high-end seller, I'm here to make it happen.
The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission is committed to creating community through parks, people, and programs. And now, with their all-new activity center, the Tonganoxie Rec Commission can do even more. Tongi Rec understands the benefits reaped through recreation are endless. Tongi Rec has a long list of classes, activities, and programs for the young and young at heart. For program pricing and schedules, call 913-845-3502. Visit them at the all-new activity center at the Tonganoxie High West Campus or go to tongirec.org.
Nothing like the Eagles to cap off this game tonight. Chieftains win big, 63-6 over the Schlagle Stallions. Head coach Preston Troyer is making his way in here in just a few moments. So we now welcome in head coach of your Tonganoxie Chieftains, Preston Troyer. Coach, it's your father of all people. Just gave me the scoring update. We're going to Fort Scott next week. Tigers up 49-9 over Coffeyville. Let's talk about this win here tonight, though. I mean, 49-6 and at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah.
Unbelievable score. Just tell me what was it like seeing out there?
Yeah, I mean, I've never quite been a part of something like that. No, we preached it all week. Hey, we got to come out. We got to worry about ourselves, and that's what what can we do to get better? Come out and do what we need to do. We executed on all phases, and it was a great first quarter.
Yeah, something we talked about a lot is that even though you guys are heavily favored coming in, you do a great job. You did it all of last year, and you're doing it again this year. Never overlooking an opponent. That's something that's never been done here at Tonganoxie High. You guys handled your business tonight, so now you get to move on to the second round for the back-to-back seasons against Fort Scott. Kind of preview that matchup with us next week against the Tigers.
They're big. They're a big team. They're a big physical team. It's going to be a heavy run game. We know we got to get ready. We got to buckle down. But I think the Frontier does a great job of preparing us. So we're going to go down there and we're going to get ready for a physical fight.
Short and sweet, Coach. Looking forward to it. We'll be down there with you. Go count them down. You got a lot. 63 to them to count down tonight. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Thank you for the time. Head coach of your Tonganoxie Chieftains, Preston Troyer. Appreciate him coming up, taking the time to talk with us. I mean, I don't know what much more you could really ask him after a performance like that. How do you think Talon performed in the first quarter? I think outside, again for Talon, it was a short night for him at quarterback. He went 2 of 6 through the air, 54 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had 2 completions. Both of them were for touchdowns. Tanner Hand had a great night tonight, 11 carries, 86 yards, 2 touchdowns. These were all well within that first half. None of the starters played in the second half. Brady Martin, 29 yards and 1 touchdown. Maslak had a couple of rushes, 32 yards. He was kind of scrambling around a lot in that second half. Had a hard time getting him protected. He did deliver on a touchdown, though. It was a 40-yard touchdown as he hit Kipton Harder for a 40-yard touchdown pass. And
freshman to freshman.
Freshman to freshman, yeah. And that was really the big thing after about the first quarter ended. It was a lot of freshmen and sophomores out there. There were still a few. Alex Gardea had a really great game.
He did.
Tonight. Mark Geiger was out there. Alex Stevens also had a great game. And again, I feel like this is right up your alley because we still have to award our Midwest Carpet Center Player of the Game. They have all your carpet and flooring needs with professional quality and great pricing. Family owned and operated. Stop by and see them today in downtown Tonganoxie or visit their website, MidwestCarpetCenter.com, to learn more. You got to get really creative with this one tonight. So who is the Midwest Carpet Center Player of the Game?
Well, I tell you what, I think it's time. We've been talking about Bodie Maslak all night. So let's give it to that young freshman. I like it.
Let's do it. How about I'll hop in what you like to do. You like to give it to two players.
Yeah.
I'll also give it to the senior, Alex Gardea.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
A senior who has paid his dues. He's done a lot behind the scenes.
Yep.
On special teams, he's done well. He shined tonight on offense and defense. Had a pass breakup on defense. Had a touchdown on offense, a 33-yard touchdown. That was the last completion from Talon Langford on the night. Just a play after he missed a touchdown to Jacob Morens. They call up Alex's number, and he takes it to the house as he slipped a tackle and did not look back. So
he looked good on defense, too.
Yeah, yes, he did, as did the Chieftains all night, only allowing 6 points. And that was pretty much when that touchdown was given up. It was when the majority of the backups were in for Tonganoxie. So, again, like we said, it is official. We heard it from Big T himself texting in to us, 49-9, Fort Scott over Coffeyville. So that is for sure the matchup next week. Now, again, I always want to throw this out there because like we had in the past with, let's just call it exclusive rights and stuff to playoff games. There is, I just encourage everybody to follow along, follow Tonganoxie High School social medias, visit our website, varsitysportslive.com. I don't anticipate there being an issue. We should be able to go to Fort Scott next week. At the very minimum, like we did in the Sub-State Championship game, it should be an audio-only broadcast. We should, at the bare minimum, but again, I don't anticipate that being an issue, but I always just want to bring it to everybody's attention. So if something does happen, it's just, it is what it is, unfortunately. But looking forward to bringing that matchup next week between the Chieftains and the Tigers down in Fort Scott. A couple other games we were keeping our eyes on across our Varsity Sports Live networks. We had we still have a good one down in Lewisburg. They're down to the final minute. Miege with the ball, and they're up by 7. And I think they just got the game-sealing first down just right there, and they did. So that will do it. So Bishop Miege, the 15 seed, they go down to Lewisburg, and they knock off the 2-seeded Wildcats. The Stags will move on in the second round, a close one. Ends in a final score 21-14. Spring Hill dominant over Shawnee Heights, 48-14. The last reported score in that one. Back up to the game in Lansing, and the Lions are now up 30-19, under 3 minutes to play in that ball game, up by 2 scores. So it looks like the 8-seeded Lansing Lions are going to hold on and win this game tonight against the Eudora Cardinals. A couple of others coming in. It looks like Lebec County currently up 7 over Sumner Academy, 21-14. Ottawa gets the win against Piper, 31-7. Chanute, big win over Paola, 44-14. Like we already talked about, Fort Scott up big, 49-9 over Coffeyville. You got the game here, 63-6 Chieftains, and the Atchison Phoenix, 55-6 victorious over the Bonner Springs Braves. So I think for the most part, everything kind of went chalk.
Yeah, no question.
And I know it's crazy you're saying, but didn't a 15 seed just beat a 2 seed? Everything went to chalk. I think that's kind of what that was about what everybody expected to happen. Like I said, not a huge upsets in week 9, but we can potentially see them happening next week. But excited for this one. You and I,
no question.
Another nice little road trip down south on 69 Highway. We're going to go to Fort Scott, bring the matchup between the Chieftains and the Tigers. Winner will move on to the sectional playoff game. Chieftains looking to get back there for the second year in a row. Well, any final thoughts here tonight before we sign off?
Well, like we talked about before the game, if Tonganoxie showed up and played their game, they should be in good shape. Well, they did more than that. They just put a shellacking on the Stallions. So again, that's about it, partner.
There's our look. Football regionals coming up a week from now, November 8th. The starting to get the winter sports schedule put up on right here on YouTube. Very first broadcast, it'll actually be a wrestling duel. It's going to be a boys and girls varsity duel at home against Bonner Springs. I know that'll be a really exciting one for you and I to do together. And then boys and girls basketball will start that following Friday, December 6th at Lewisburg. But we still have the fall sports season going on right here. And before we forget, I do want to wish a good luck to all of the cross-country runners for the Chieftains. They'll be running at State tomorrow, so good luck to everybody taking place in that. Hoping to bring home more hardware here to Tonganoxie, as it seems like we've just been doing for the past few years now. It's been great seeing everybody go out and succeed in all these different sports that we've been able to do. So that's going to do it for us tonight. I want to thank everybody for joining us here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Chieftains win big 63-6 over the Schlagle Stallions. They cruise their way into the regional round. They'll take on the 4th-seeded Fort Scott Tigers a week from now, Friday, November 8th. That game will be viewed. They will start at 7 o'clock. Pregame show will start at around 6:30. Again, follow us here at Tonganoxie Sports Live. Check out our website at varsitysportslive.com and follow Tonganoxie High School on all socials to stay up to date on any pending. If there's any broadcast things that come up, they will be sure to relay that along to everybody. So again, thank you all for watching. Alongside Dennis Jordan and Brittany Funk, I'm Dylan Funk signing off from Beatty Field, at least for one more time here in 2024. You've been watching Chieftain football on your home to Chieftains, Tonganoxie Sports Live.
From the gridiron to the hardcourt, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage at varsitysportslive.com.